Haiti Biz News Show. You know what it is every Sunday, 11 a.m.-ish. We're here to give you what's going on in Haiti from a tech-friendly perspective for you to make the right decision. It may be just to visit and explore, may it be to actually do business, may it be to live here. Our goal is to keep you informed in the best way possible, right? And so as folks come in, as folks pile in, I welcome my regulars. I welcome the folks who know what this is and why we do it. You know, we don't even need the top of hour talks. Just come on in, be at home, grab your seat. It's reserved seating. The regulars know where they need to go. Get comfortable. And we're going to be right back. We'll play the usual intermission. Single guy here doing his single man team. Doing his thing here. So just give us a few minutes, just so I can get the stuff going in the background. And we'll be right back per usual. All right, again, Haiti Biz News Show. Sundays weekly, Seejeanty, Haiti Biz News Show. We talk about news, current events as it relates to macroeconomic condition. You can always catch us live every Sunday. Haiti Biz News Show. We are on Facebook, we're on YouTube, and we are on Instagram. You can always catch us 11 a.m. On Sundays. We are live on air. We're going to be talking weekly happenings, economically focused on what has happened, and we're going to dissect it in an unbiased, impartial way. And a big part of what we do here, of course, is Haiti Biz News Show. You know, I did not see and do not see any place online where folks can get a CNBC, Bloomberg-like focus on what's going on at the macroeconomic level of Haiti. And so this is what this. Haiti Biz News Show, Sunday, 11 a.m. We're here every Sunday, right? 11 a.m. You know, Haiti Biz News Show. It's Sundays weekly. Seejeanty, Haiti Biz News Show. We talk about news, current events as it relates to macroeconomic condition. You can always catch us live every Sunday, 11 a.m. Haiti Biz News Show. We are on Facebook, we're on YouTube, and we are on Instagram. You can always catch us 11 a.m. On Sundays. We are live on air. We're going to be talking weekly happenings, economically focused on what has happened, and we're going to dissect it in an unbiased, impartial way. And a big part of what we do here, of course, is Haiti Biz News Show. You know, I did not see and do not see any place online where folks can get a CNBC, Bloomberg-like focus on what's going on at the macroeconomic level of Haiti. So this is what this program is here to do. Haiti's News Show, Sunday, 11 a.m. We're here every Sunday, right? 11 a.m. Haiti's News Show. It's Sundays weekly. This is Seejeanty, Haiti's News Show. We talk about news, current events as it relates to macroeconomic condition. You can always catch us live every Sunday, 11 a.m. Haiti's News Show. We are on Facebook, we're on YouTube, and we are on Instagram. You can always catch us 11 a.m. On Sundays. We are live on air. We're going to be talking weekly happenings, economically focused on what has happened. And we're going to dissect it in an unbiased, impartial way. And a big part of what we do here, of course, is Haiti Business Show. You know, I did not see and do not see any place online where folks can get a CNBC Bloomberg-like focus on what's going on at the macroeconomic level of Haiti. And so this is what this program is here to do. Haiti's News Show, Sunday, 11 a.m. We're here every Sunday, right? 11 a.m. Haiti's News Show. It's Sundays weekly. This is Seejeanty, Haiti's News Show. We talk about news, current events as it relates to macroeconomic condition. You can always catch us live every Sunday. And the show has started. I want to welcome everybody. Today is 11th of October. As folks pile in, we're on 4 different mediums right now. We're on Instagram, Periscope, aka Twitter, Facebook, YouTube. So wherever you're watching this from, before I even get started, hit that like button. It's really important to get the algorithms, the computers that function in the background in the dark nether realms to get it to be properly functioning and letting those systems know we're actually real people watching, not bots. Prove you're not a bot. Prove that you're not a robot. Give us a like button right now. Give that thumbs up, of course, right? So welcome Sunday. We have lots to talk about, lots of news to digest for the week, and some really interesting stuff happening. So I can't wait to get into it. As folks pile in, I want to wish everyone a good morning. Let me give a quick shout out before even getting started to anything else. I want to say what's up to lovely King Magni. I want to say what's up to Aido. I want to say what's up to Martine F. I want to say what's up to France Camille. Salute. Shignay Pierre. I hope I'm saying it right. Good morning. The B-A through Z family. Good morning. Hope literally the whole family's watching. I hope so. Rich T. What's up? Good morning. Regine Jabart, the veteran of Seejeanty's channel. Good morning. We got Betty LaVille in the house. What's up? We got Girl Niece in here. We got Bounce Bougie, another Seejeanty veteran. I salute you, sir. What is up? We got Pierre Ledieu. We got Teddy Claremont, another Seejeanty veteran. Anytime I see a Seejeanty friend, I gotta give a pause and I got to salute. As folks pile on into Instagram, don't be shy. Throw an emoji. Throw what's up. We got Life's 887. What's up? We got Mafian Photograph giving us a thumbs up. What's up? Happy to have you guys. We got a very impactful show happening today. Of course, let's go through the usual top of the hour necessities. First and foremost, quitte me changer langue nan créole déjà connaît ça son bail qui nécessaire parce que toujours un monde qui a vu nos programmes qui dit ça passe là et pas une émission sur Haïti a fini girl là pas passé. Regardez on qui a fait plus entrée pour étranger. Mbaka bon ba yo non me pour ti nouvelle moto coup de créole là non ba anglais ba dans l'autre langue yo oui ba problème critique ça toujours doit venir actuellement ba problème toujours comme c'est une mission d'ailleurs pour montrer que c'est pas un africain américain qui peut-être qui a parlé sous ba yo ba connaît ça c'est un haïtien natif qui fait dans pays Et malheureusement, accent au Kawel, c'est un accent par rapport à monde qui grandit là-bas. Et anglais, pas les gâter cœur là, non, mais il mélange, il mixe un bon cocktail. On dit comme ça, un bon cocktail. Hein? Et non, émission ça, pour bien moun qui va vraiment connaître, c'est pour moi-même lié. Pas j'aime qu'on bail comme ça, comme des grands États-Unis, des cas, ouais, et avec une perspective, comme on dit, tête frette, et qui pas rentrer dans la politique, puis qui pas rentrer dans parti affaire payo, qui a réglé, simplement c'est un monde, un paysan, qui est intéressé pour partager nouvelles là et partager nouvelles là avec au niveau de l'analyse qui moi-même comme un monde qui grandit là-bas qui a vraiment comprendre bien et ce voilà par rapport au monde là puis plus monde là qui a regardé ça je pas monde qui a été tonne parce que été tonne n'a fin mourir été tonne pour gouvernement ba on bagaille pour servir nous va fin mourir était pour classe élite là ici faire un bail pour l'autre monde yo va fin mourir tant notre haïtien qui a même moun sa qui a plein dans barbershop à parler mal pour eux même mettre ensemble pour changer faire un changement pas fin mourir so finalement c'est pas c'est eux même qui fait changement OK il va y changement qui a fait so voilà nous là mission a fait pour bailler information dans gens qui nécessaire il faut qu'on baille tout et moun qui a dit pour ça que là pas là il faut qu'on baille moun qui a baille perception d'Haïti, qui regarde au niveau des effets d'Haïti, qui est dans le gouvernement là-bas, OK, qui a décidé pour venir investir pour vraiment changer la vie des Haïtiens. D'ailleurs, il va parler créole, pour comprendre ça. Deuxième bail là, il va recevoir une autre information par rapport côté qui partager information en anglais. À venir côté ça, j'aime parler à Haïti bien. C'est une seule perspective, une mauvaise perspective. La corruption, tout ça, on a fini par mais pays ça c'est un pays qui est plus complexe, il y a des bails qui bon la donne quoi non moi. OK, il y a fini bail qui prototype qui a fait qui livre un jour a fini pays a vraiment un niveau qui est acceptable un jour. So, information ça besoin partager parce que perception c'est réalité. On est toujours ça. Perception c'est la réalité. OK? C'est très important que c'est nous-mêmes, comme Haïtiens, nous contrôlons les perceptions. Avec comme ça, il y a une chance. Il y a une chance vraiment pour joindre les avancements qui nous tous besoin. Parce que nous pensons que tout le monde qui a regardé là, sinon, c'est là-bas. Je ne beaucoup jamais contre Haïtiens. Même ça, il y a joué Haïtien, plus mal là, que si vous n'avez pas de choix, si vous êtes capable, vous n'avez pas de le pays pour relax, pour une journée, une journée tête chaud, dans un pays qui est au police, qui et pays pas. So, en tout cas, qui finit avec ça, on parle de ça, c'est que finalement, surtout quand on a une information par rapport au domaine ça, c'est un domaine anglais, on va aller, comme toujours dit, on va aller qui a blague information très bien, très bon, avec bon créole sans accenté, à checker Guiwewe. Il y a un côté que tu peux la caille sur YouTube, à checker tu peux la caille. Radio Métropole, qui a bonne nouvelle, bon journaliste, avec bon journalisme, à checker côté ça. Ou des gens sur Napoléon, chaque jour, ça, sur une mission, bon parole en créole, à côté ça. Qui est cet espace ça qui existe, il y a un espace même sur tout Internet, qui anglais a passé, a fini par des informations, les gens ont fait là, qui est cet espace là pour nous bien comprendre. OK? Ça, c'est la demande. Qui est espace ça pour anglais sur Haïti capable pour tout le monde du monde parce que l'anglais c'est un langage du monde pour tout le monde du monde qui comprendre qui ça qui a fait à Haïti. OK, je vais parler. Seejeanty, out. So, Seejeanty actually, no émission. So just the usual top of the hour Creole asterisk I have to give for the many folks who come in and are just very, very angry that Haiti is being discussed and there's no Creole involved. I do have to always give a what do you call that? Don't be mad meter, right? But nonetheless, we're here providing info in English because there's no no place online to provide what we need to know about the country in English. So folks of all different backgrounds, all different colors, shades, can understand what's going on in the country and act and be a part of the struggle, can be allies potentially. And also, there's so many Haitians that actually really do prefer getting their information in English because that's the language they're working out of, that's the language they're communicating out of. But still, there's a lot of respect for Creole, and certainly, I do see at some point, perhaps, when I do have the budget and capacity to do Haiti Biz News the way I want to, certainly there might be a 30 minutes where we do English and then another 30 minutes we do Creole. So don't worry, that will come. But as for right now, it's a one-man show and we're doing it in English. Okay. Another announcement, really quick, has to do with Mikael, off of on Instagram. In fact, let me actually find her real quick. Should already put that in my notes there. But so she's doing something really interesting, right? Where she apparently I didn't know this. Mikael actually functions as a producer for actual like real like Netflix and programs. I don't know if it's movies. I didn't quite catch if it was movies or TV, but nonetheless, she's a producer. And so she did an all call to her peoples. She did an all call. Testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing, 1, 2, 3. Talk to me, guys. How are we sounding right now? We sounding good? We clean? We crispy? Did a full reboot system reboot on my side here. Laptop rebooted, internet's rebooted. Talk to me. What we sounding like? What we looking like right now? You good? Okay. All right. You know how it is, guys, with technology. Sometimes you just got to kick the damn thing. You got to kick it one good time, get it working. So I suspect it had to do probably with my headphones. Usually I have my headphones plugged in. The first time I didn't plug it beforehand, and I think it probably misconstrued some wires. Anyhow, where was I? So what I was saying before I was so rudely technologically interrupted was Mikael, right? This is why this next out is really important. Mikael is doing a promotion of herself. Mikael is a artist that has massive artist. It's kind of a Haitian rap kind of singer kind of. And what she's doing a promotion where, given her background is in effectively working with like actual production teams, television production teams. And so what she's looking to do is she's looking to put on a Haitian artist. She's looking to put on a Haitian artist, but actually someone in Haitian media doing different things, right? She left it really wide open, you know, in terms of, hey, you know, shout out to anyone who is doing anything that needs a higher platform, right? And she herself, she's doing pretty good herself. And apparently, I know she's a producer for TV and stuff like that. So in any case, I thought, hey, she's trying to put someone on. Why not put on your boy, right? But what she's asking is for you to at the person, right? And so I put the all call on my Instagram, but I thought I'd go ahead and give it right now and give the all call for you guys watching right now to go. In fact, I'm gonna post a video right now. If you're watching on Instagram, not Instagram, you guys are YouTube, Facebook, and Periscope, you'll see the link directly to that video that she's doing the all call. And what I'm going to need you guys to do is I need you guys to do at Seejeanty, right? And as a comment, right? Every single 48, I got these 47 people on my live right now. I need 47 ats right now. Stop what you're doing. It takes a second. Open up another window because this is an opportunity to potentially get a real production team behind this thing. So there's no technical difficulties like we just experienced. You know what I mean? And so again, I challenge you guys, if you love what we got going on here, I don't ask for much from you guys, right? I'm challenging you guys to respond to that. In fact, let me change this banner. I'll modify the banner. I'm removing the Cash App, actually. I'm just going to say, hey, go to Mikael's page and at your boy. So let me add that right there. Right, let me go and add that right there. Boom, 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 boom. Go to Mikael at Mikael Marabu and add at Seejeanty to her video, to her recent video. Boom. She's wearing pink. Boom. That's what's going to be the scroll message for today. Not even the usual. Right. Boom. Okay. Save. Show. Boom. Right there. Right. So again, so that's that piece. Really quick, I want to give a shout out to RL48. RL48 coming in the clutch. RL48. I'm gonna give you a shout out to RL48 if you're watching today. Shout out, my boy came through with a timestamp. I said I couldn't. It's a one-man team here. I said it's a one-man team here, and what he did, he actually stepped up to my challenge and actually added the timestamps to last week's video, and of course I give a shout out to anyone else who wants to help out here because I spent like half an evening or most of the evening preparing the show notes and another 2-3 hours actually giving the news, and so spending more time is difficult to do if your boy wants to have a semblance of a weekend. So I do appreciate anyone who wants to timestamp for Haiti Biz News, and I grab that, I repost it not only in the descriptions, but also I pin it in the comments And of course, I give a shout out. So IL48, shout out for helping out last week with that endeavor. YouTube Seejeanty location. We went to ALS, a laundry service out in Decameron, but services the entire resort infrastructure out there. And not only out there, but also for in Port-au-Prince and all across. They do an incredible job doing commercial laundry. Literally, they do it for a fraction of the price. They make tourism much more affordable for everyone, right? And that's sort of infrastructure that exists in Jamaica and Dominican Republic, a lot of places. One reason why, I hear a complaint, or a very common complaint, is why is it so expensive? Hotels, the big complaint, because the cost of doing business in Haiti, to provide a standard where electricity, is very difficult, where water is ordered by the truckload rather than being provided by the city, where sewage itself is provided, right? Actually, let me help out my IG audience real quick, asking about Mikael as well. It's really quick here. Let me do that. There you go. Boom. I added to my IG folks who want to help out. And because of there's certain infrastructures that don't exist. And ALS is providing that infrastructure to allow visiting Haiti to be much more profitable and doable, right? And one of a few folks who've actually in the comments like, guys, it's just laundry. Oh, what? It's just laundry. What do you mean? It's unbelievable. Laundry? Guys, come on. Really? It's a company employing over 35 Haitians, right? Industrializing how things are being done, in an efficient Z-factor manner, right? And folks, that's why Haitians are hard to please, right? Because if they didn't exist, they would have complained. Now that we're highlighting its existence, like, guys, it's just laundry. No, it's not just laundry. It's an enterprise that, number one, is the only one in the country that's doing it, and it's helping an entire industry, because literally they're servicing all of Port-au-Prince, all of Pittsburgh, all across the northern inside coast, all the way up to St. Mark, and doing some incredible work while providing meaningful jobs to the many Haitians who are working in that facility, right? And so hats off to that. If you want to check out that video, it's doing pretty well. It's on Seejeanty. Seejeanty recently dropped, so stick around after the show and do check out that video, right? As always, you can see the scroll below. Big parts of this thing. The scroll is partager live, share the live. If anyone who is going to appreciate and enjoy what we have going on here, what we're going to be talking about today, do make sure share the stream and comment. I welcome everyone to comment. Don't be shy. You are my co-host. You are my co-host. You are helping improve the knowledge factor of this conversation. So drop a perspective, drop a comment, drop a question. Right. This is an opportunity for those who just be spamming my DMs every day. I'm getting to a point where the DMs are coming in so aggressively. I used to try to respond. I can't anymore. They come in too often, too quickly. And so this is actually an opportunity for you to actually get your question read and most likely responded to. And it will benefit everyone else who's watching as well. So feel free, drop that comment here in the chat. All right. Headlines, things we're going to be talking about today. We're going to be talking about, actually, let me pull up my notes. I had to reboot my computer here. So let me see for my own darn self what we're going to be talking about today. Here it is. We're going to be talking about COVID, right? We're going to be talking about there's some really interesting government announcements happening that's happened here in Haiti. We're going to be talking about, because obviously if the government announcements, they have to do directly with the economic situation in the country. And so some really interesting stuff. So we're going to be talking about currency. Still not looking good. We're going to be talking about that. Foreign aid, the World Bank, USAID, Taiwan, they're doing things to help the situation of Haiti and working with the Haitian government. We're going to be talking about that. Right? There's some really interesting, a counterfeit operation that got shut down, and there weren't even Haitians doing it. 2 Romanians. Stick around for that, right? Airlines, there's some really cool airline stuff happening. I mean, this is the best set of news when it comes to tourism I've had in 3.5, 4 years living here in Haiti. So make sure you catch and check that out, right? And there's some really interesting stuff happening on the border of Haiti. Stick around. We're going to be talking about that. All right. Oh, interesting stuff. Interesting stuff, right? So stick around. Lots to talk about in this episode, right? Let me give a quick shout out to a few different folks here before I really get knee deep in it, knee deep in the action, knee deep in the sauce, right? Let me shout out to a few folks. Ali B, what's up? Lovely King Magne, what's up? Ernest Nicole, what's up? What's up? This is Haiti. What's up? Mega, what's up? Good morning. Global TV IT, what's up? Gerlins, what's up? Good to have you. A lot of these folks were still telling me they're static, so I'm just saying what's up to you guys since you guys were here and being super patient with the technical difficulties. Juliet, what's up? Good morning. Natalie Dubois, good morning. What's up? LM, good morning. Good morning. Good to see a lot of my regulars in here this morning. Troy Ramsey, salute, sir. Good morning. Good to have you. Peter J. Tenna, what's up? Good morning. Good morning. Stevenson Debe, good morning. Let's see who else we got in here. We got Isabel Simale. I'm so saying it wrong. What's up? Good morning, my dear. Haitian King, what's up? What's good, bro? King with 2 G's. The one with 1 G was probably taken, I'm sure. Good morning. We got J. Space J in the house. Good morning. First time I'm seeing you, J. Space J. Don't be a stranger. Hit that subscribe button. Welcome to Seejeanty audience. We got Nalia Thelvonet asking a question actually about import tax hiking. Let's talk about it. We're going to talk about it today. Don't worry. Wake up, people. Saying what's up. Wake up. WUP shorthand. Says good morning. Thanks for sharing it. Wake up. I appreciate it. We got Shermo Real saying, hey, Seejeanty, finally made it to a live. Though the recording works best for me, I always have a comment and question after the fact. Glad to tune in. Thank you, Sherlem Real. I'm sure I'm saying it wrong. What's up? Happy to have you. And don't be shy. Definitely drop a question as it comes up to you. We got Video Pay. What's up? Saying, hey, I'm making a documentary about farming in the mountain, and it's filmed completely. But I do not know what to do with it. I think I need a sponsor before I put it up. Help. Listen, an idea I provide to you, VP, do a short trailer, right? And then throw it on, Indiegogo, and do a campaign behind it, and maybe that short video, you also boost it, put on your Facebook and boost it and, use some key terms for Haiti and Haitians, those folks who are going to be interested on the subject, and boost it. And when people click, they go to your Indiegogo, right? And then you have different sponsorship levels, right? And that's probably if you're brand new into anything, any particular domain, crowdfunding is really a really good way to do anything, right? And so I'd suggest doing that. Otherwise, I suggest perhaps drop it in on YouTube, wholesale, and if you did a really good job, it's really well edited, it'll go viral. And eventually YouTube will start paying you for those views that people are seeing, right? And if it's your very first production, honestly, I'll be honest, if it's your very first documentary, no one's going to sponsor you. It doesn't work like that in the real world. Nobody puts their money behind unknowns because you're unknown, right? And so maybe use a documentary instead to become known, right? And then maybe your next documentary, once people see what you can do and you're serious, you're not, a fly-by-night type of person, and you did a good job, people. It's funny when the way it works is once you've built your reputation, this goes for anything, business, everything, people are going to be throwing money in your face. Like you won't even have to go out, right? So if I were you, another alternative, is just make a name for yourself. Drop documentary, make a name for yourself, and then the next one could be paid. So that's my suggestion to you, Video Pay, right? Let's see what else we got here. Wesley Compré, good morning. Happy to see the veteran Wesley in the house. Appreciate you, Wesley. Is Wesley asking a question? Oh, just saying what's up. All right, cool. Colson Nicole saying, show need to grow, bigger platform. That's right. Hopefully, everyone watching will hit up Mikael Instagram, drop a Seejeanty, and who knows, maybe she'll look at her brother, she'll chat with her brother, and make it help us grow a little quicker. But hey, at the end of the day, listen, I'm perfectly happy the way we're doing right now. We're doing great thus far. I remember back in the day when we first started doing Haiti Biz News lives, there'd be like 12 people on the live at most, and on average now we're averaging about 100 people on the lives. So listen, man, I want to make it very clear. I'm more appreciative of the growth we're doing, organic growth. We got soldiers, actual soldiers here at Seejeanty who, are worth the value of 1,000 followers, man. Every one follower I get is worth the value of 1,000 followers. So I appreciate it, and I wouldn't exchange our structure for the world. But of course, growing quicker and getting the word out about what Haiti has to offer would be a tremendous plus. In addition to how we're doing right now, right? Mega in the house. Mega says there is a mobile auto detail business in Pittsburgh area started by a diaspora member. It's called Grace Auto Spa. Okay, you should check it out. All right, cool. But the thing is, there's a lot of car washes though. The car washes are dime a dozen, So I'll keep an eye out for it. I have to be pretty special for it to really raise my eyebrow. There's, their car washes are almost as prevalent as, bar restos. I'll be honest, it's hard for me to be impressed by a car wash. You know what I mean? But nonetheless, we're happy for any diaspora doing anything in the country, right? So no shade there. We got thick, fat chick, Jersey girl. What's up? Good to have you. Angeline Celestine, what is up? Just found out about me last week. Right, so I'm really happy to have you. Make sure you have that subscribe button, hit Angeline, and do come back. We're here every Sunday, 11 a.m. ish, talking about Haiti biz news. All right, cool. All right, so let's hit the news. Let's get to nitty gritty. For those who are looking to timestamp, this is where you want to start. You want to start right here, right? Thanks in advance. Here we go. First and foremost, we got to talk about COVID. COVID numbers are in. We're at 1611 versus 1614. And so this is the first week we haven't seen a significant drop. In fact, last week we saw the biggest drop in COVID numbers, down 200 active cases. This week we only saw a drop of just three. So that might mean that we're finally seeing the expected, because we did expect a slight uptick in active cases, because when you open the airports, and so many Haitian diaspora, they who come in, and even missionaries and et cetera, they come in from hot zones. They come in from South Florida. They come in from New York. And so I'll be honest, I was a little surprised I didn't see a bigger blip going on the many weeks that the airports have been open. And so this might be, the pigeon coming to roost, or is it chicken coming to roost finally? But just because we see a spike, that may not necessarily mean the end of the world. It just may mean we're seeing a slight uptick. That's natural. And we would continue then after maybe a week or 2 or 3 weeks to see the active cases go down. So we'll see. We'll see what this means. But nonetheless, it's likely the 9th week of consistent down ticking of active cases. The death count has only increased by 1 this entire week, which is incredible, right? When you look at America, and still people are dying in the thousands weekly. I mean, heck, even daily some places. Dominican Republic, we share the island. We got to always mention their numbers. They're down very marginally as well, from 22,231 versus 22,393. Their deaths are pretty consistent in terms of about 50 new of their paysans being passing, unfortunately, right? So when it comes to government announcements, we got to talk about that. So first and foremost, gas prices are up. Gas prices in the country have increased. I'm sorry. I'm so used to thinking gas prices should decrease, right? Have decreased. They've decreased. Here are the new prices. New prices for gas is 201, 201 for gasoline, 201 good, 201 good for. Actually, it's not a gallon. Actually, it's for. They use a European metrics here. Actually, but it's 201 per unit. It's down. That's down 23. That's cheaper. 23 good cheaper. Diesel is 179, and that's down from 5 good cheaper. Right. Kerosene is unchanged. Kerosene is unchanged. Now, is this a good thing? Right? Is this a good thing or not? Right. So let's dive into it a Tet perspective, right? When you look at the budget for the Haitian government when it comes to petrol products, i.e., what we just talked about, right? Gas, diesel, right, and kerosene. They expect a windfall profit from their involvement in the petrol product market of 13 billion good. That's about 185 million USD. I'm gonna say that again. That's equal to 185 million USD profit. Now, those who've been watching the petrol market for a while, they understand that for a long time, the petrol market was a losing moneymaker actually, I saw something before I rebooted. Just literally in the middle of my news, I got to say, shout out to Brother Love. I saw Brother Love in the chat. Shout out. We got a project happening very, very soon. So stay tuned on that. That just hit me right now before I rebooted my computer. I saw that. I didn't see it when I came back. So shout out. Okay. All right, back to the news. So when you're looking to the government's actually looking to make profit. For a long time, they were in the red. So much in the red that IMF and a lot of international donors stated that they were not going to give the Haitian government any money unless they reformed their involvement in the market, right? As we're talking to you right now, given the decrease, as you guys are following in America and across the world because of COVID, because of just changing consumer utilization of chemical products, so many, for example, in America, so many more people are getting electric vehicles. There's becoming less and less demand. And on top of that, the supply of petrochemicals, chemical products, because of fracking, for example, have increased this overall supply of the market, in addition to the fact that OPEC, which usually would cut their productions in times like this, are actually upping their production as well in a goal to make it so cheap that fracking players cannot compete, and so they can regain the market later. And so for all those different factors, you're seeing the cheapest oil per barrel prices in the history of a very long time, right? And such, it allows then that given that it's the Haitian government that sets the price for consumer consumption in Haiti, the price that the government ultimately is paying versus the price that is being offered, actually it's to a point where the Haitian government is able to make money. And on top of that, not only are they making money from the difference, they're not subsidizing. In fact, in their budget, in the Haitian budget, the subsidy for gas is set to be zero, meaning they do not expect for any reason to actually provide a subsidy for the coming year, right? So on top of that, there are excise taxes that are imposed on petrol products that are being sold in the country. And one of the things that President Moise has been very aggressive on, has been actually collecting on it. For a very long time under Preval, that excise tax was not collected. Jovenel Moise made a point to say, we're going to collect this because we need to. Because even if the gas prices were to increase, a big thing that helped offset the subsidy in a way, or at least make it minimal, was that there was an excise tax being charged on gas station owners per gallon charged, despite the subsidy to help them. And so that also started to be collected. And so all those things together has meant that the government is seeing record profits for their involvement in petrol. Now, this honestly would have been, because even before, when they're in deficits going on 2 years ago, if you remember correctly, people, that the first pay lock that happened in the country was principally because of the Haitian government's push to raise gas prices. If you remember, they tried to do it during a Brazilian match. Unfortunately, Brazil lost, so Haitians would have been mad anyways. But then when they closed their TVs and they found out that the Haitian government had rose the gas prices, the very first pay lock that shut down the country for almost 3 to 4 days, like literally there was no moving, nothing happening, nowhere in the country. It was because the Haitian government was trying to offset the subsidy at the time, because gas prices hadn't yet fallen. And they were a lot of talk about getting out of the subsidy market altogether. Again, as I mentioned, a lot of international supporters of Haiti's budget says, yo, we're giving you money, but it's all going to a subsidy that you really shouldn't be a part of, right? And so this right now, given that they're seeing this is a great opportunity, gas prices are super cheap, right? This would have been a great opportunity to get out of the market, right? To say, hey, we're not subsidizing petrochemicals anymore, right? We're not setting a particular price anymore. They follow a regulation related to how other countries do it, where it's pegged towards the oil price. It says basically, hey, we're not going to necessarily involve ourselves in the market, but at the very least, what you charge has to be related to a formula that directly correlates to the market price in the international market, right? Rather than saying, as it is right now, hey, here's the hard cap. Here's what the prices are, period. Right? And if it's below, which is all it is, then the government is going to pay you, the oil distributor, to buy and provide that make up the difference to you. So this would have been an ideal opportunity to get out of the market, but they didn't. Instead, they're choosing to cash in on the difference right now. And that honestly is one of those things that a lot of critics of the Haitian government has always to say, which is there's a very short-sightedness to how Haiti is governed, right? They see immediate dollars, immediate good, immediate profit without thinking about what is the long-term, what's the long-term impact, what's the long-term preference for the country and the people, right? And that's sort of what we are. So when you see the gas prices going down, yes, it's really good that we're seeing a decrease, right, in the prices. But the cynic who reads this, and there's a lot of criticisms of this, that this decrease in price, it's so minimal, given how much money they're looking to make. It's so minimal. It's really an affront. It's really a sham, is what a lot of critics are saying of this decrease in gasoline price. Now, what's my opinion? From my perspective, it's first off, it's a good thing the prices are going down, right? So we'll take that. We'll take whatever zing of good policy that the Haitian government provides, and I'm not quantifying how good it is, but is it a good policy? Yes. Now, is it as good as getting out the market completely? No, right? And I believe that would have been the better move. The better move certainly would have been to, here's your opportunity. Here's your opportunity to cleanly, without consequence, get out of the market and no longer be a part, right? Because one of the things that really kills the budget, and it also drives anger towards the Haitian government during periods, is when they have to raise prices, right? So this would be a great opportunity to get out the market. And trust me, the Haitian government has plenty of ways to get the Haitian people mad, but this is one big one that would have no longer been on them to be mad about, right? But in any case, when it comes to prices and food prices and prices of anything, even if the reality is, you can be naive about, well, they can get out of the market and Haitian people would appreciate it. Well, the reality is, when it comes to food prices, when it comes to prices of living, the Haitian government, any government, actually has an impact on the macroeconomic condition, right? And it's really important to understand that they would have some degree of culpability, even if it's just the private market, the private players who ultimately would have control of the prices now. They would have a degree of connectivity, because at the end of the day, when prices go awry and the market goes awry, you don't necessarily blame the big bad corporations, right? You blame who? The government, for allowing the big bad corporations to run amok, right? And so, from one perspective, it's really a bit of empathy on my side. It's a damned if you do, damned if you don't. Assuming that the Haitian government wasn't a complete corrupt entity, let's say they really were an entity trying to do what's good for the people as a whole. It is a damned if you do, damned if you don't situation, right? Because you get out the market, you leave it to the corporate players. When things go bad and prices rise, the first thing that people are going to say is, "Yo, government, get in there, make it cheaper for us." You kidding me, right? And of course, you're in the market, and people still criticize it. They criticize you for staying in and making a profit. They criticize you for staying in when the prices go the other direction and losing, right? So it's damned if you do, damned if you don't, damned if you stay in the middle, right? So I'll leave the news there for what it's worth, and I'll let you guys, digest that and give your thoughts and perspectives. Should the Haitian government continue to subsidize get petrol products? Should they get out? Should they get in? Right? Go ahead, drop the comments. Let me know. We will certainly read your perspective on it. Now, another big news when it comes to Haitian government has been the civil servant salary increase that came out, also part of the budget. And we're seeing across the board for teachers, police, medical staff, management, managers in government bureaucracy, administrators and support staff. And again, so we're talking about janitors, just anyone, drivers. We're seeing a medium range of increase for salaries around 10 to 20% across the board, 10 to 20% increases, which is great, right? We haven't seen an increase for government employees going on since early 2010s, we believe, right? Which is incredible to think about. Over 10 years, we didn't see a single increase. And so that is good news. But I'll be honest with you, give you my perspective. My perspective is we should increase it more. Here's why. Should increase it as high as 50%. But on the flip side, we decrease the amount of employees, the amount of bureaucracy by 50%, right? And we do that by making electronic much of the interface of how the Haitian government interacts with the public, right? The fact that you can't file your personal income tax electronically, growing up in America, filing taxes, I've been spoiled with the fact that I can e-file. It's crazy, right? Right. In 2020, in Haiti, you still can't e-file your taxes. You can't e-file your property taxes, right? You can't electronically renew your driver's license, right? You have to, all these things have to be done physically, which is insane, right? Passport, same thing. You have to physically come into Haiti. I have an associate who lives in Dominican Republic, who's Haitian. Kids were born in Dominican Republic, married to a Dominican, and so his kids, literally using the Dominican infrastructure, was able to get his the kids' passports done in a week. In a week, electronically, not even leaving his job, was able to knock it out electronically, boom, 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 because his kids are Dominican, so they can use the Dominican system to get their passports. Haiti, he had to fly in, miss out work, go back and forth in the different bureaus for over a week, and he's not even done. Right? That week of him going back and forth was him just to find the right person in the passport, in the immigration identification. I forget the actual entity that actually does passports, right? And he actually have to fly back next month, right? When he has time again. Now he's found the contact and he paid for the process to get started to fly in and actually take his photo and take thumbprints, right? Just to go to show you the misery when it comes to dealing with anything bureaucratic in Haiti, right? And so moving things to electronic format not only reduces the head count and thus reducing the price, but then the few folks you actually need to be there, you can pay them a proper living wage, right? When I say they pay them, they haven't changed their price since 2010. Now, these folks are making 10,000 good. I mean, are making 10,000 good. If they get paid, when they get paid, they get 10,000 good. Right now, in today's rate, it's about $130-ish, $120-ish, somewhere around there, right? So it's peanuts. This is for a month, right? Peanuts. So good news from that perspective. Finally, very interesting news, and of course it's in the headlines of the show here, is import taxes have gone up, right? And a lot of folks may say, wait a minute, is it import tax going up a bad thing? Wrong. Is it import tax a bad thing? Wrong, right? Import tax on things that should be produced in the country is never a bad thing. Import tax on computers is terrible. Import tax on cars, terrible. Import tax on medical supplies, terrible, right? But import tax on tomato sauces, it's not a bad thing. Import taxes on alcohol and tobacco, first off, they're sinful things, so they should be taxed to the hilt, first off, right? But second off, we produce our own tobacco in Haiti. We have a very large infrastructure of old school tobacco plantations. Or not even, we don't call them that, because they were owned by small farmers, right, in relatively small lots working together, right? So there are associations of tobacco farmers. We have that here in Haiti. So they should be taxed. Alcohol, as you know, are my prestige enjoyers here, my rum barbancourt, rum baccarat enjoyers here. We make our own alcohol, and we do a pretty good job of making our own alcohol, right? So we don't need no outside alcohol. I'm sorry. I do like my what's the Corona, not the coronavirus, my Corona drink. We get around from time to time, but we don't need that. We have that here, right? And I mentioned those specifically. I see some folks saying, what about rice? What about, yes, rice also should start being taxed. There's a lot of different stuff that should be taxed import-wise, so to encourage domestic production. But that's not on the list. So what happened during the budget, they announced that certain things are going to be taxed. Import taxes are going to go up. Tomato sauce is going to be taxed. Import now. I want to say imported, right? Imported at 50%. The import tax is 50%. Toothpaste. Might be an opportunity there for somebody to make some homegrown toothpaste. Is going to be now taxed at 30%. Condiments and seasonings are going to be taxed at 40% import. Tobacco, 50% for tobacco, right? 50% for tobacco. Non-alcoholic beverages, even non-alcoholic, are going to be taxed at 10%, right? Which is brilliant. I think a lot of us here who understand the problem of Haiti and what's going on in Haiti, it starts really at the customs. It starts at how cheap, how low it is. It's just, listen, if you're a wealthy individual who could very easily build a factory, why? I mean, the elites are always pointed as the bad guys, right? They're the bad guys. The elites are crushing the country. But listen to me, right? This is Seejeanty talking, this guy who's literally wearing Haiti right now on his shirt. You hear me? I'm wearing Haiti on my shirt right now. I can't really see it, but I'm wearing Haiti on my shirt. That's how much I love Haiti. Okay, I spend my Sundays, my weekends where I could be chilling poolside somewhere on the beach. I'm talking to you guys, spending my time, partaging information. This guy, you cannot question my love and appreciation for the country. Okay, but I tell you what, today on 11, or maybe before this announcement came out, right? Let's say last month, on the first of last month, if you gave me $1 million, you gave me $1 million, like a big old amount of money, I'm most likely going to import it. I'm telling you right now, it's the money play. Why would I produce? Why would I build a factory, right? If there's no protection on my investment, right? If the government's going to turn around and allow, let's say I'm producing water. You can understand water, right? I'm producing water, right? And it costs me a certain amount of money, right? And yet the government allows other foreign water to come in the market, zero, right? Meanwhile, by the way, I'm still being taxed. Because when you sell it to someone, you pay a tax on that, right? So you're being taxed domestically while there's other products coming in not being taxed, right? So it makes no sense. Right? For me to produce rather than import, right? Now you change the perspective and you function like every other country on the planet, and you say, hey, there's certain industries that are of importance for us, and we're going to tax that, right? And then great, if you come in and you're so much more productive, you produce at so much lower cost, and you can stomach that tax, great. Our industries deserve to compete against an entity that's so much more productive in how they do things. Great. That's the free market. That's the way it should work. But if you make it zero, right, there is no way for your local production to compete against zero, especially when you keep in mind, right, we're not in a fair world. Haiti is still our budget is last budget is $4 billion. $4 billion. We have companies in America, that their miscellaneous revenue is $4 billion. Miscellaneous, not even their core revenue. Their miscellaneous revenue is $4 million. 4 billion, which is equal to our budget, right? And so when you look at the U.S. government and the amount of subsidies they give their agriculture, right, in terms of just raw money to help facilitate, farmers, right? Like, how can you compete? How can you compete? You can't compete against a American-backed entity and business here in Haiti. Vis-a-vis what the EU provides weekly. They provide weekly to their farm industry what Haiti provides for the year in terms of assistance. How can you compete? You can't, right? And that's why number one, picking. I'm not saying across the board tariffs are important, but picking an industry, picking a specific subset of industry, and saying these products our farmers need. We need to protect our farmers so they can produce, create jobs, secure our because it's a national security issue. When you can't produce your own food and you fully depend 80% of our rice imported, just as an example, 8% of our rice imported. It is absolutely impossible. It's a national security issue, right? You saw with COVID, especially in the beginning, in early March, when literally international trade just shut down, right? There was a massive issue, around food and supply chains, right? And it's genuinely a national security issue. If you can't produce what you need in your borders, it is a national security issue, genuinely, right? And so Jovenel coming out with these rules and regulations, hats off, right? And by the way, they when you compare, for example, tomato sauce is going to be taxed at 50% at customs, but then taxed domestically at 15%. Great, that's great, right? You're still being taxed. There's still some revenue happening, but it incentivizes producers to produce it in the country, right? Now the excise tax is between 15 and 6%, depending on which is lower, right? Which is lower. Okay. So great news. Very happy to report that. And again, we're not for a particular political party here in Haiti, right? We're not against any political party. We're here for the improvement and for the betterment of Haiti, right? And we're for policies. I'm never going to come on stream and say, yeah, I'm for a particular candidate. What I am going to always come on the stream and say is I'm for what a candidate is doing, what they've done, right? And when Jovenel does something good, we're going to talk about it in a good way. When he does something bad, right, we're going to talk about it appropriately. For example, as I just talked about, him not getting out the gas market, the petrol market. I think it's a very stupid move that he did not choose this time to get out the petrol market. Instead, he's choosing to cash in on the situation without regard to the long-term interest of what Haiti needs to do, which is, to be quite frankly, getting out of the petrol market, right? So that's just an example, right? All right, so let's move on to the next news story. Next news story has to do with currency. The currency situation is still very bad, guys. We talked about it last week. Last week it was at 65 good for a dollar. Today it's 60. 60. Excuse me, 60. So literally, last month around this time, we were at least on top of August. We were at 120 good for a dollar. And about 4 or 5 weeks later, we're at half of that. Half of that. The textile industry is expecting to lose 25,000 jobs. The textile industry provides 53,000 jobs in Haiti. They're telling the government we cannot function. Our cost base, our base, which is salaries, has just doubled by. Oh, by the way, Instagram's already out. Well, I hope they understand to come to YouTube and etc. I think they know. They know they're coming to YouTube and Facebook. Instagram is only gives an hour on there. They're saying they're going to lose half of their jobs. It makes sense if your salary base, your largest expense base has doubled. To even have a chance of staying in business, you have to have your amount of overhead. That particular component of overhead, which is wages, which is staff, which is people, right? And get to do it. It's one thing. Again, people need to understand. It's not we spent a long time talking about the currencies. We're not going to talk about it. You should go back to last week's episode. We spent a lot of time talking about it because it's a very deep subject, has a lot of complexity. But the short of it is that the actual value of the currency isn't the issue. It's the inability to predict what it's going to be next month, right? And that inability to not predict what the currency is affects the entire economy. To wake up one day and your exchange rate's half, it messes up businesses, real businesses here. And in fact, I can tell you personally, guys, my business, my employees, this week is going to be a very important week for us because I'm going to have to completely structurally change how I compensate my staff here, right? I have to. Otherwise, this is the first time I can tell you guys, small business and medium business is facing the largest crisis we've experienced in the past 4 years. And this says a lot. We've seen multiple pay locks, right? People have pushed forward, buckled their belts, right? We've seen hurricanes, natural disasters. We've buckled our belts, right? We've seen gas fuel shortages in the country. We've buckled our belts. We've seen level 4 advisories that have prevented international people from coming in the country, really affecting the heck out of tourism. We've buckled our belts. This, my friends, this currency situation, we cannot buckle our belts. There is no buckling of belts in this situation. Either you do drastic compensation restructuring in your company or you're out of business, period. What does compensation salary restructuring look like? It looks different for many different people. It can either be changing, how you compensate your staff to dollars. It may be drastically lowering the payout in good to your employees. It may be, delaying compensation. Okay, we're going to keep it the way it is, but we're going to stagger out payment over a couple months, down the road. In effect, rebalancing the payout right now, today, right? But either way, or you go out of business. Right? And so I can tell you, it's difficult. It's really, and I don't lie. I don't try to paint a rosier image of Haiti than it is. I just say that Haiti has more to it than the one-sided thing, one-sided narrative. But right now, it's very difficult for a lot of people in the country. Very difficult. And so, it's very much at a precipice right now for many folks in the country. Where I was hoping certainly that the good would inch towards at least 70 good for a dollar, right? And even those who are not in business, those who are just working hard. I mean, if you've had to send money to a family member, to a friend over the past few weeks, it's not just about business. You just sending what you usually send is going to be half of what they usually make. And worst part is food prices they're starting to shift a little bit here and there for certain products, but for the most part, food prices have not changed. Prices at the market when you go to buy have not changed, right? And so they still need the same amount of good, but you need more dollars to purchase, right? School prices that were adjusted for the rate of 120 have not changed. So your kids are still going to school at those rates, but yet those who are supporting them abroad, have to send more money at a time where in COVID America, people are jobless and it's a lot more difficult, right? And so we're going to have to spend too much time on it other than say that, just give you an update. It's getting worse. And I can tell you a lot of companies, to keep their doors open, are doing a lot of things that at the end of the day, the business owners I talk to, even myself, we're not happy to be doing this, but it's either we close the business down completely or we do a drastic recompensation in terms of how we structure our businesses and how we pay our employees, right? It's tough. It makes me sick to my stomach, I can be honest with you. It makes a lot of us in employers who are conscious sick to our stomachs to what we're having to do right now. Either we're having to lay people off, right? We're having to structurally recompensate. But what can you do? What can you do when literally it takes you're getting half of the revenue you were getting, especially when you convert it to good, and on top of that, your expenses in country have effectively doubled. effectively doubled because your expenses are twice of what they were because they haven't recalibrated their prices. The prices in the stores for 80% of the products right now still at a rate of $1.20 to $1, right? Listen, I'm an economist, and I'm telling you, it's difficult. Let's move on to the next news story. Foreign aid. We're at interesting things have happened. So $60 million have been given to the World Bank, from the World Bank to the Haitian government, set aside for Haiti in particular. And $60 million is for internet connectivity. The program is the Haiti Digital Acceleration Project. And an increase. The goal is to increase access and affordability to broadband services in Haiti, which will include technical assistance, work with the government to form regulatory tools to promote competition in digital infrastructure and service market. Right, $60 million from the World Bank. Right. Let me pause right there and say, smash that like button. I see 102 folks right now on the live. Smash that like button. Smash that share button if you think folks are appreciating this information, this TechFed analysis. Share it on your WhatsApp. Share it on your Facebook right now. Smash that like button. Right, show us some love. Show the algorithm some love. Smash it, like it, share it, and I appreciate you. Okay, and oh yeah, subscribe. It's your first time here seeing what we're doing. We do this every week, so hit that subscribe button as well. All right, great. USAID is is providing 24.4 million to Haiti and Haitian government. The goal of this 24 million is to focus on health and education outcomes, to the tune of specifically they're earmarking 13.2 million, specifically to assist with the COVID-19 continuous response efforts. Right. Finally, Taiwan is donating 5,000 rapid COVID-19 test kits. Again, Taiwan is donating 5,000 rapid COVID-19 test kits. Good stuff. Good stuff. Next up, we have counterfeit operation. Very interesting. This is really interesting, by the way. Really interesting. Counterfeit operation shut down in Haiti. Right. Apparently, guys, this is some cause. You hear me? This is some cause. You sit on down. I got some cause for you. Let me drink my tea real quick. There's really water. Let me tell you what's going on. Okay. So apparently, two Romanians. That's right. Two Romanians from Romania. Okay, were in Haiti. Right, and they were arrested at a market, Dextra Market. It's a grocery store. At an ATM machine there. Okay, guess what they were doing, guys? They were arrested. They had 85 credit cards. 85 credit cards on them. And they were cashing out. Just cashing out at this ATM machine. You know, and it's not saying they were cashing out completely from this ATM. They were going around different ATM machines across the Pittsburgh area. They just so happened to have gotten caught at that one. Right. And authorities estimate that these guys had stolen 1.9 million good. That's equivalent to about 30,000 USD, right? Out of Haitian institution banks. So they were going around stealing from Seejeanty Bank and Unibank and BUH and who's the other banks? Capital Bank, and who's another one I'm missing? You know, all those banks, stealing from them, using fake credit cards, scammers, you know, and stealing from them. 1.9 million, right? And on top of that, they went back to their apartment, and at their apartment, they had another 40 counterfeit cards. They had 3 laptops. They had skimmers like to actually, take credit card information and also create credit cards, right? And they had about 80,000 good in cash, and given about $1,300 in cash, and a bunch of other electronic accessories associated with their scamming game, right? So imagine you got two Romanians. They leave their country. They come to Haiti to scam Haitian banks. Right? First off, I understand. Whether or not I actually have a lot of compassion for Haitian banks, knowing that the Haitian banks are the most profitable banks in the Caribbean. I'm saying it again. Haitian banks are the most profitable banks in the entire Caribbean, right? Despite Haiti being the poorest country in the Western Hemisphere, right? Believe that or not, right? Haitian banks are the period. This is just, don't take my word for it. Google it. What banks as an industry are the most profitable? Now, I ain't talking about raw revenue. I'm talking about margin between the revenue and their expenses in the Caribbean, right? And it's Haitian banks, okay, right? And we've had longer conversations to why that is. It's a long conversation, so I'm not going to get into it, right? Again, but we will get into it probably at some point, right? So I don't have much. Here's my little violin for the Haitian banks, a little violin, but nonetheless, that's some cozy, that's some zen, right? When you have two Romanians leave their countries, they come to Haiti and they scam it, right? Imagine if that was the other way around. Imagine if two Haitians went to Romania and were scamming Romanian banks. Man, I'm not saying something really bad would happen to them, but something really bad would have happened to them. Right. But anyways, that's interesting. A little cozy for you guys, who appreciate a little cozy with their Sunday morning brunch. Very interesting stuff. Very interesting. Next up has to do with airlines. Airlines, some really good news. I mean, this is honestly a guy desperate. I'm desperate for good news about different segments of Haiti's market, particularly as it relates to tourism. I'm like a guy in the desert looking for water, right? And honestly, this is a monsoon in the middle of a desert, all right? In terms of the news we're getting, American Airlines is back to providing twice-a-day flights to Haiti, to Port-au-Prince, and then starting Thursday, this Thursday just passed, and then starting November 4th, they'll be providing 3-a-day flights, 3 days a week, right? So 3 days a week, 2-a-day flights, and 3 days a week, 3-a-day flights starting November 4th for American Airlines, which is really good news. Remember, I had a pang of sadness and tears in my voice when I had a report a couple months ago, that American Airlines was actually cutting down flights tremendously. There was other super bad news about Delta cutting their flights, and there's another big airline that also say we're not flying to Haiti anymore, right? And so actually we're seeing a tide turn where we're seeing they're coming back. And I remember last week we talked about Spirit. Spirit, is starting to fly back to OCOP starting December 3rd, which is great news for OCOP because they didn't have any international carriers except one really expensive one, which I'm not even bothered to try to remember. So very good news. And in fact, on top of that, Spirit's adding a second flight to Port-au-Prince in addition to the daily flights. So a second daily flight to Port-au-Prince, which is great. Other good news has to do with Air Caribe. Air Caribe, by the way, is a French airline based out of Guadeloupe. And they're adding Paris to Port-au-Prince flights starting October 26th. So starting in just about next week, they're doing daily flights out of Port-au-Prince into Paris, which is again really, really good news. Really good news for tourism. I mean, really, really. I don't have a hotel. I don't own, but I'm just as a guy who promotes the country and I really want the world to see what Haiti has to offer. This is such good news that we're seeing airlines flying to the country again. I mean, this is great news, for folks who, are always inundated with bad news about Haiti and negative news and this and that. I mean, we gotta hold these like a teddy bear and just hug these pieces of news tight, because this is great news for Haiti's economy, great news for jobs, great news for growth, great news for the image of the country, on and on and on and on. This is exact. I wish I could report on news every other week. I wish I could say, oh, Spirit's coming now. Oh, JetBlue is doing their 5th flight of the day now, right? But we'll get there. Hopefully, we'll get there. So great news, and very happy to report. Last bit of news has to do with the border, the Dominican border. All right, Dominican border. Interestingly, on one hand, the Dominican Republic are sending commandos to the border. I'm gonna let that pause. I'm gonna let that sink in for a minute. The Dominican Republic is sending commandos to the border of Haiti. I should have made that my headline. My headline, Lord. I would have got so many Dominicans and probably have to redo the title of this episode, actually. Because if ever I ever want some sauciness in my comments, right? You just add anything Dominican to your title, and you got so many Dominican keyboard warriors come in. To our Dominican, well, Haitians need to stay in their country. Dominicans are defenders. I promise. This is what this is about. Let me go on a quick tangent here before I give you the sauce of the story. This is what I'm talking about. If you mention Dominican Republic in any way, you have 100 Dominicans come into your comments and say, what you talking about Dominican Republic for? Keep Dominican Republic out your mouth, you Haitian. You keep Dominican Republic out your mouth, son, right? They defend their country down to the T. You hear me? Meanwhile, Haitians are the very first people to talk bad about their country. The very first people to talk, to call other Haitians the worst type of names, to dehumanize other Haitians. I don't know if, minus maybe African Americans and the Black Americans in America, I don't know of any other people who talk more poorly about their people than Haitians. Truly, genuinely. Right? Luckily, there's nobody here in the chat, because people know you don't come to my comments and talk negatively about Haitians in a very generic, dispersion way, and don't think I'm not going to come at you. First off, right? No one says, in fact, God bless Philly Dom. I hope Philly Dom's in the house. Any Philly Domers in the house. But Philly Dom's not gonna like what I'm going to say next. But so I was on Philly Dom's channel. This is a quick tangent. It's worth it, guys. It's worth it. I'm sorry. It's worth it. So those who follow Philly Dom, I was on Philly Dom's channel a few weeks ago, and Philly Dom's a cool cat. Love Philly Dom. Word up to any Philly Dom fans. Word up to Philly Dom. If he's here or catches this later, word up to Philly Dom. We're just chilling, having an evening conversation, doing a live stream, just chatting, and of course, Philly Dom's audience is different than my audience. Philly Dom's a little laid. He's a lot laid back than I am, right? And a lot of really negative Haitians are over there. They're over there in his audience. They're quick to talk bad about Haiti. Literally what the person wrote this. The person wrote, all Haitians are corrupt. Yes, this person wrote. He wrote, all Haitians, not the Haitian government, right? All Haitians are corrupt. And this was another Haitian. By the way, this was another Haitian who wrote this. And of course, you guys know me, right? And Philly Dom made the mistake of actually reading the comment. I saw it, I ignored it. But Philly Dom made the mistake of actually asking me to respond. And I responded. And I said straight up, I said, this person who wrote it, there's few people I respect less on the planet. Haitian politicians are like right below, like here. Like, how much I just detest Haitian politicians, right? Haitians who speak poorly about Haiti are right here, below Haitian politicians. And I said it. This is the type of person I have absolutely no respect for, none, right? For me to say you're less than a Haitian politician, that tells you everything you need to know about how much regard I have for you, right? Because understand, Haiti is tough. It's a difficult place to be, right? It really is, right? But number one, it's on us for us to work to improve it. And number two, I use this analogy, right? If you really care about something, you keep your disparities in-house. I may be beefing with my brother. You're not going to know that, right? I may be beefing with my really close cousin, right? You're never going to know that. If you ask, how's such and such? Yeah, he's good. He's cool. He's all right. He's doing his stuff. But you'll never know I'm beefing with him because it's none of your business. It's family business. You hear me? It's family business. And we're going to work it out. We're going to get through it, right? But people like that who go out their way, and that this, anywhere there's Haiti being talked about positively, and they go out their way to Haiti, all Haitians are corrupt. All Haitians are corrupt. you're going to get a very negative response from me. So I did. I went into this guy. This guy felt such a way. He reached out to Philly Dom after the fact and said, hey, Philly man, I appreciate. I'm Haitian. I grew up Haiti. You know, this is. I even hear his argument. I didn't even listen to it because I told Philly. I said, Philly, hey Philly, I don't want to talk to the guy. I got nothing to say to the guy. How do you? Because you want to debate a debate. A guy who starts to debate by saying all Haitians are corrupt. How am I going to debate a guy like that? Why would I waste a second debating a guy like that? No, I said, Philly Dom, no. I'm not coming back and I'm not talking to that guy. Are you kidding me? Right? And I just share this entire, I went this tangent, guys. It's very much worth it. Just to share with you how Haitians talk out their way. Unfortunately, I really stopped it. I follow one or two Haitians on my Facebook profile. And that's all they do. Talk negative about Haiti in the most obscene, negative ways possible. But yet, if you mention Dominican Republic, you will see an army of Dominicans come into your channel and eviscerate you with the most clean arguments, sometimes very structurally sound. Other times, just talking about your mother. But nonetheless, I have none but respect for Dominicans, man. You know, my perspectives of Dominican Republic and sometimes how they treat Haitians, that's a different thing. But Dominicans and their patriotism, when it comes to anything Dominican Republic, the day Haitians have the same level of feeling of needing to protect their country as Dominicans do, you know, Haiti will be in the right path. Okay, all right, guys. Sorry, that was a tangent. Back to the news. Dominican Republic are sending commandos to the Haitian border. Why? They're sending them to specific places along the border that their research has shown that there is problems, where there is concern, where there is reports of heavy contraband, human trafficking, and the border is most porous. To help insulate, embolden, no, there's a better word, to help back up, let's just use that for now, to help back up the 10,000 soldiers already that are on the border, right? So they're literally sending a special corps of soldiers to the border to help protect the border. And this is under the new president. New president is also saying he's making the Haitian border a priority for his administration. How do I feel about it? Believe it or not, I would prefer that it's Haitian police and Haitian troops on our border doing this. But given that Haiti is a good stretch away from being at the place where we can send our own national forces, this next best thing, I still don't like it. But given that a big difficulty of national production is the fact that there's so much contraband, so much unregulated, untaxed product flowing from the Dominican Republic to Haiti, right? I mean, every other week there's reports of, contraband cigarettes and contraband products flowing from the government, right? Flowing from the Dominican side into Haiti, right? I'm actually for, the Dominican authorities standing guard and preventing that from happening, right? I mean, I much prefer the Haitian government doing that, but I'll take that because it's inappropriate to have our domestic market inundated with cheap contraband. It's cheap because you don't have, the taxes being applied to them, right? And for example, in other words, eggs is another big one that tends to be contrabanded over the border, and it messes up our egg farms and our chicken farms, right? And it's a problem. And so believe it or not, guys, I'm actually for this. I'm actually for a stronger Dominican border, because a stronger Dominican border means there is going to be less contraband flowing from Dominican side to Haiti, and Haiti has a chance to actually improve its domestic industry. Okay. Now, again, I don't prefer it. I'd rather be Haitian authorities on the border from a national sovereignty perspective, but I'll take it. I'll take it. Okay. And the final news story has to do with, interesting, again, on the one hand, you have Dominican sending more troops and commandos, but on the other side, right? On the other side, right? You have Dominican senators on October 7th overwhelmingly vote. Dominican senators overwhelmingly vote to in favor of, it's a non-binding resolution, by the way, non-binding, but there's a resolution. They passed for the reopening of the Dominican land border with Haiti. So it's been closed, by the way, since March 17th officially. The land border has been closed since March 17th officially, right? And they're still they want the executive power, the new president, to formally open the border. The border is still formally closed, right? And so on the one hand, they're sending troops. But on the other hand, yo, guys, we need to really open this border up because I understand a big part of the Dominican economy, right, depends on Haiti, right? A lot of folks don't know this. Like, Dominican Republic's largest export market after America is Haiti, right? And so the senators who understand, the backbone of their economy and their districts and how a lot of their districts and job creation and revenue comes in, they're saying, hey, we need to reopen this border, right? We can't shut down our largest export market, right? Again, for much as Haiti likes to be painted as the poorest country in the Western Hemisphere, we're pretty important to Dominican Republic. We're pretty important to even America, because America, we are the #1 rice market for America, right? That says a lot. Mexico used to be it. Now Haiti is it, right? And that says a lot. For quote unquote the poorest, we're the largest market for many other countries for their products, right? And so food for thought. And that's the news for the week. And so for those who have to go, who just come in for the news, you guys are more than welcome to skidoo. I know a lot of folks hit me up, Seejeanty, man, you got to give me the news quicker. Give the news quicker. I got football games to watch. I got to go out and enjoy the Sunday. So there you go. You had this. That was the news for the week, right? We're gonna stick around so I can read the comments, right? Because I promise everyone who comments gets their comments read. But I want to review the news again. What we talked about today. Talk about COVID numbers. Going down by the smallest margin of going downiness since things have started going down consistently. We'll talk about government announcements. The gas prices have decreased by an amount, right? So a lot of folks are saying it's not enough. A lot of folks are saying that they should get out of the market completely, right? But that's news. The civil servant salary have increased between 10 to 20% for police, teachers, medical staff, management, administrative, and support, right? And additionally, the import tax for a lot of products that could be produced domestically have been increased by as much as 50% for like tomato sauce, 30% for toothpaste, condiments, seasonings, 40%, tobacco, 50%, alcohol, 20%. Really great stuff. The currency appreciation continues for the good. It's causing some of the worst job crisis, honestly, right now in Haiti that I've ever seen, both macroeconomic and microeconomic, because I just told you, personally, it's affecting my business lines tremendously as well. Foreign aid, $60 million from the World Bank, USAID, $24.4 million from USAID, and Taiwan is donating 5,000 rapid COVID tests. Counterfeit, 2 Romanians were found in Haiti. Counterfeiting credit cards. Okay. Airlines. American Airlines are flying into Haiti. Air Caribe is flying into Haiti, right? And finally, the border, which you just talked about. The border is seeing more commandos go to the border to stop migration and contraband. And finally, Dominican senators have voted overwhelmingly to reopen the border in a non-binding resolution to the executive power of the Dominican Republic. Right? Good stuff. That was Haiti biz news, right? So this is what we're going to do, guys. We're going to take a quick break, super quick break, right? And then we'll be back to read the comments and finish up the conversation that we have here every week. This is a part I enjoy tremendously because it's an opportunity for me to connect with my audience, an opportunity for me to have a direct conversation. Because when you're producing content, it's very, very difficult to get feedback, have that direct correspondence, and especially nowadays. I'm unfortunately responding less and less to my DMs just because the time and a lot of things I'm working on just doesn't allow me to. But of course, I can tell you, by the way, really quick update. I can tell you my book is coming along really nice, by the way. Literally today, I'm looking to finalize revisions, and then we're going to get it in the hands of a professional editor and proofreader, and grammarer, etc. Right? Trust me, I just said grammarer, right? So that tells you already your boy needs a grammarer, right? And of course, get the book cover and a lot of other structural things to work on, right? So really good news from that front, right? So that's coming. Right? That is coming. Okay. So again, really quick, we'll be back in 1 minute. We'll be right back with the news, with the comments, with me reading the comments. Be right back. Haiti Biz News Show. It's Sundays weekly. This is Seejeanty, Haiti Biz News Show. We talk about news, current events as it relates to macroeconomic conditions. You can always catch us live every Sunday. Haiti Biz News Show. We are on Facebook, we're on YouTube, and we are on Instagram. You can always catch us 11 a.m. On Sundays. We are live on air. We're going to be talking weekly happenings, economically focused on what has happened. We're going to dissect it in an unbiased, impartial way. And a big part of what we do here, of course, is Haiti Biz News Show. I did not see and do not see any place online where folks can get CNBC, Bloomberg-like focus on what's going on at the macroeconomic level of Haiti. So this is what this program. Haiti Biz News Show, Sunday, 11 a.m. We're here every Sunday, right? 11 a.m. Haiti Biz News Show. It's Sundays weekly. This is Seejeanty, Haiti Biz News Show. We talk about news, current events as it relates to macroeconomic conditions. You can always catch us live every Sunday. Haiti Biz News Show. We are on Facebook, we're on YouTube, and we are on Instagram. You can always catch us 11 a.m. On Sundays. We are live on air. We're going to be talking weekly happenings, economically focused on what has happened. We're going to dissect it in an unbiased, impartial way. And a big part of what we do here, of course, is Haiti Biz News Show. All right, we're back, guys. We are back. So this next section here of the show is when we just chill out and reread the comments, have a conversation. As I promise, those who comment, ask questions, do different things. We do get a comment. The way I do it nowadays, of course, is I just focus on the actual news portion for a good chunk of it. Just get through the news so folks can get that information and go on their day. Those who want to hang out, chill, and have a conversation with me, here we are. And I still see a good portion of you guys still here. That's what's up. So happy to have a lot of you guys here. Still want to have a conversation with your boy. So hello. So let's chat. So we have Cosin Nicola, excuse him, says, I guess Parliament. And by the way, I'm sure folks were saying things before But unfortunately, my the app software I use here only goes so far. I actually use StreamYard for those who are curious. And it only goes so far in allowing me to see comments. And I'm going as far back as 12:30 p.m. So I do apologize to anyone who may have commented beforehand. I can't see it. If you're still around and you commented before 12:30, please retype your question. I will certainly answer it or read it over, right? Okay. So Colson says, I guess Parliament was the problem. Yeah, Colson was responding to something I was saying there. Certainly, Parliament has always been the problem. Rooted in Constitution. Certainly, Parliament. I mean, listen. Parliament is the problem. Yes, but it's not rooted in Constitution. I'll be honest with you. I really like our Constitution. It does a very good job in really attacking a problem that we've had for a long time, which is, we had an executive that was too strong, right? Since Toussaint and Dessalines and Alexandre Pétion and Boyer and all those guys, we've had Henry Christophe, we've had really strong, and then we've mentioned Duvalier, particularly, which had very strong executives. And unfortunately, strong executives have not been good for democracy. And so this Constitution is very pro-democracy, meaning, hey, we're going to elect a parliament, and we're going to ensure that they have the power. But unfortunately, it just seems as if, given that, the way they structure the election cycle, like literally every 2 years, like almost half of the parliamentary body is being refreshed by votes. It's almost as if they're always on campaign. They're never around. In the best scenario, they're always on campaign, always trying to push an agenda and narrative about why they should be reelected, rather than doing their jobs and sitting down like adults and voting on and proposing bills and having discussions like grown men. Right? That's number one. That's in the best case if they're actually were about doing their jobs. But the reality is, many of them aren't about doing their jobs. Many of them are about just showing up for work, getting paid the highest salaries in the Caribbean. I'm gonna say it again, Haiti has their parliament for doing so little, get the highest salaries in the entire Caribbean in terms of not the raw salary, but the overall package that they receive in terms of second office, second home funding, car, vehicle, security, you name all the fringe benefits, food, card, the whole nine, they get it, they have it, right? And so it certainly is certainly problematic. The parliament, the way it's executed is problematic. And I don't think, I'll be honest, a lot of folks say, well, the Constitution is going to change things. Well, yeah, maybe. Certainly the executive is trying to get more powers vested in the executive. So since the executive gets blamed anyways, that's how the parliament does. The parliament, even though our power is in their hands, they blame the executive as if the executive has any real constitutional power. When they're in session, the executive board is nothing more than a figurehead. Right now, because there's no parliament, the executive does have actual powers to run the country. At least the executive acts like he does, and no one's around to stop him from doing that. And so you have a situation where I don't think any constitution would work. Any constitution would provide a good framework, because at the end of the day, it's the people, it's the government, it's the politicians who are choosing to administer in such a way that doesn't help the country, right? So that's the reality from my perspective when it comes to that. Let's see. Black Millennial says, yeah, the direction. That's another thing. Thanks for mentioning that, Black Millennial. I didn't make a note of that. There's an economist saying that they expect the good to go down to as much as 50 good for USD, right? And so more reason to why a lot of companies are in free fall and trying to see, okay, how can we survive this, right? Your boy included. Ido says that Haiti doesn't have an intellectual parliament like it used to in the days of Antino Furman. And I don't know, Ido, if you know the history of Interno Fremont, excuse me, si mal dit là. I question, because remember, you do know his story, right? He ran for president, right? And the military went after him, even though He had a lot of popular support, and he lived the rest of his days in exile in Jamaica, right? And so I don't know how true it is, right? I don't know if really it's just the military who had the guns who outdid Antonio Furman from ushering in hopefully what could have been a golden age. And for those who don't know, Antonio Furman, I really do say you Wikipedia this guy. This guy really is one of the forefathers of Pan-Africanism, or Pan-Africanism. I mean, even before Marcus Garvey. I mean, this guy was the forefather of even Haiti looking at a pro-Africa, pro-Black people, everywhere perspective structurally. You know, not just saying in advertising, hey, it's a place for you to come, but actually, you know, impacting policy and reaching out to Africa. And he's someone really, you know, he should be on our currency. He should be known more widely in terms of someone who, I mean, we came so close from having him as president. It would have been so fantastic. This is back in the early 1900s, and it would have been fantastic to have seen, or is it 1800s? I got to take a look at my notes from Antonio Furman, but so it would have been really, really great, or late 1800s, or late 1900s, which is the 18th century, or 19th century, actually. It would have been great to have seen, you know, what Furman would have done for the country, you know. But in any case, hopefully we had another generation of leaders of his caliber at some point. Right? Let's see what else folks are saying here. I think the government's trying to stop subsidizing petrol while they're starting a natural gas transition. I don't know. It doesn't seem as if they are. It doesn't seem as if it seems more like they're trying to cash in, right, on economic prices right now. But I don't know. We'll see. Now, Leah Thivnot says, is there anything that Haiti government can do so that the currency can change? So right now, what's causing the currency to go in that direction is a very active central bank that is pumping in lots of dollars in the economy right now to devalue the value of the dollar, while simultaneously putting a lot of pressure on forex participants who were participating domestically in the market that was pushing the good in the other direction, in the devaluatory direction. So those two things together have really done their jobs in terms of appreciating the currency tremendously. And so yes, Nalia, they could stop doing that to allow the currency, or at least push back a little bit to allow the currency to go in a way where it's a middle ground, where it's less than where it was, but not disastrously to the economy and the job providers in the country, particular job providers that are making their money in dollars and bringing it in. And so, yeah, that's that answer for you, right? What else we got here? Inflation is an issue. We talk about it all the time in the country, but inflation itself is not necessarily connected to the exchange rate. Inflation is there is some correlation, but it is predominantly independent of the exchange rate, right? So they're very different things. Folks usually confuse inflation with the exchange rate. It's very different things, right? Kat Brazier says, I don't understand. I thought Jovenel lowering the American dollar raising value is a good thing. It's not. It's controlling it so it doesn't decrease so much is a good thing. Making it go back slightly on the other direction to make it to where the adjustments of prices can work in favor of people is a good thing. Predictability is what's important. Predictability is the good thing. When you hear people complaining that it was going down so quickly, it was the unpredictability of how quickly it was decreasing. That was the problem. That was the problem, not the fact that the good was decreasing itself at a very, very quick rate. That was the issue, right? And that's the thing that folks need to understand. And now that's going so aggressively overnight in half, that is a fundamental problem, right? James Searle says one of the reasons why we can't still do Haiti is because we haven't done the reform to identify our people census in the country. Once we resolve that issue, each person will have their own identification number. So there will be no corruption. I must say, we're getting there with the new identification card. I mean, the idea of the new identification card is good. They're looking to have one ID number. One of the issues with Haiti is that there's multiple ID numbers for depending on what you're trying to do. You have your NIF, which is your tax ID number. You used to have your UNI, your ONI card, as ID number. Your driver license would have your NIF on there. And what they're trying to do now is have one universal number. It's like, in every other country, there's like one universal number that identifies you for everything. The Demilog card is trying to do that, but unfortunately, it's limited because the Haiti doesn't do a good job of registering children when they're born. Many children, I mean, there's people, particularly those who live in the mountains, they'll spend their whole entire lives. And never ever interface with the government. I mean, they'll live and die and never be registered anywhere. Because they have no interface with the Haitian government, right? And so certainly there's a problem, and no nation can really function if you don't have a head count, if you don't have a system or process in place to identify your citizens. And so that's one fundamental thing that Haiti has to overcome and improve upon in the future. And certainly, I don't agree, James, saying that is the issue relating to corruption, but certainly that is a corruptive element amongst many other elements in the country, and I certainly agree that needs to be taken up much more seriously for Haiti to actually move into a first developed world status, right? And what else do we say here? It says the MLC is saying rights problem is due to the U.S. government being forced old presidents to sign a deal with imported foods. Correct. Correct. Nate's in the house. What's up, Nate? Nate Lassier's in the house. How you doing, brother? Good to have Nate. Hooked on Haiti. Definitely Google that. Hooked on Haiti. In your Facebook, he has a really cool page. It's highlighting a lot of really cool folks and really cool people. So shout out to Nate. Nate says, keep doing it, and doing it well. Little shout out to LL Cool J there. Appreciate you, brother. Fritz Javel says, I am thinking, considering the good, solid decrease the value at such a rapid pace and during the time, it's not like the textile industry increased employment, it's higher rate or pay. So I'm thinking that they were cashing in. So now it should just be balanced to how the books were. This is, basically right, Fritz. I mean, they're, well, not really, because I understand, Fritz, like overnight in when was this? Before Parliament left late last year, Parliament actually raised the wages for factory workers by almost 50% overnight. They rose overnight. So even that was a pretty big blow in a way to have just overnight. Again, it's unpredictability. Unpredictability is just, anyone who runs a business will tell you, you have to be able to get notice. You have to be able to incorporate possible changes into your business and structure in a way where, does it mean I have to go different lines of revenue? Does it mean I drop something? But that takes time. But just to wake up one day and say, okay, 50% of your largest cost has increased overnight. No business can function that way, right? And so, Fritz gets the idea. Certainly there needs to be a realignment in other directions. Still, it can still be favorable for many Haitians, but the way it is right now is untenable, and for it to keep going in the direction it is also untenable, right? Let's see what else folks are saying. EIE Ado says, even in the first constitution, 1805, the elders agreed upon a parliament system. It's not the parliament that's the issue. It's the parliamentarians who are not qualified for their posts. I.e. Edo has it spot on. Let me give I.E. Edo a little bit of highlighting. I love that comment right there. Exactly what I was saying before. I mean, any constitution on the planet, you can copy and paste the American Constitution, put it here in America, but you put the same parliamentarians that are in it, the same corrupt senators and the same corrupt deputies that's in it, they're going to corrupt the heck out of that system. So it's not, I'm actually a fan of our current Constitution. I think it's brilliantly written. I think it attacks some of the structural issues that we had before coming into Duvalier to prevent another Duvalier from coming into power. It's just unfortunate the parliamentarians who corrupted it, right? But nonetheless, I think it's important that once we see something's not working, to modify it appropriately, and we certainly need to modify it appropriately to try something. Because again, doing the same thing and you get the same result, that's insanity, per Einstein, right? What else we got going on here? Let's keep scrolling. Let's see what's scrolling. Maestro the Gross says this is the beginning of the banking sector not investing in cybercrime prevention. This has to do with the two Romanians who were stealing a bunch of money. I don't know what their cybersecurity policies are, but I suspect it's not on par with Chase and Bank of America. I suspect, and even how they found out. I wonder how they found out. I'm sure they might be suspicious that a bunch of two white guys are coming to ATM machines across PV every week and putting a bunch of different cards in. So I suspect they were probably got real flamboyant with it, and that's what got him caught. But it is what it is there, and they are caught and they are under arrest at the moment as we're speaking. Let's see what else we got going on here. Let's see any questions, any interesting comments here. Okay. Let's see what else we got going on here. A Romanian mafia, really powerful. In France, for example, they use teens and ladies. Interesting. I didn't know that. Within Pierre. Interesting. Let's see what else we got here. I've been in Haiti since September. I wish they would lower the price of products. Coca 306 knows exactly what I'm talking about as it relates to currency. I promise you, the currency would have been even a fraction as bad if prices would also follow in the other direction. So especially since prices are imports, right? A lot of these products are imported, right? And so they should follow the exchange rate, but they're not. There are. I am starting to see a little bit of movement, but it's nowhere as near the 50% drop that we saw in terms of the goods. So I agree with Coca there, right? Let's see what we got here. We'll see what we got. That's right. Maestro, there goes. That's simple calculation. More airports in the country. More airports in the country. More flights as well. More U.S. dollars brought in. I agree with that amount of calculus. I certainly agree with you there, right? Let's see what else we got going on here. Let's see what other comments, questions, concerns going on here, right? Lots of folks agreeing with me in terms of what, how, other Haitians, really specialize in Haiti, and unfortunately, like no other. I agree. Philly is doing some great things there. Let's see what else we got going on. Peter Tennant says, "Who is Philly Dom? Philly Dom. Just Google his name. Put Philly Dom in YouTube. Go see it for yourself. Philly Dom's a cool cat. Doing some real cool things. Legit YouTuber. Yeah, he drops daily videos on what's going on right now in Haiti. Not Haiti, but across. When he's in Haiti, he's doing that. When he's in Dominican Republic, he's doing that. Wherever he's a traveler, he's a genuine traveler. But being Haitian, he does give Haiti a lot of attention and concern. And so again, just go check out Philly Dom. And Philly Dom is Haitian, by the way. So somebody say Philly Dom's not Haitian. Philly Dom is Haitian. He doesn't speak Creole, but he is Haitian. He's ethnically Haitian. His parents are Haitian. Philly Dom is Haitian. Let's see what else we got going on. Bees says his team plays at 4 p.m. So he's good to stick around. That's good. Let's see what we got going on. What else on the question? Wait, I think I saw a question here. Let's see. Peter J says, are regular Patriot citizens like you and I, anyone Haitian, allowed to set up militias in Haiti? No, you're not. Holding guns in Haiti is illegal, unless except for authorization. You got to be authorized. And to be authorized, you have to have a specific reason to have a gun. Typically, if you have a lot of assets, for example, if you're a business owner, and it's a concern for you, certainly you are allowed to have a gun, or have a guard that has a gun. But otherwise, no, it's not like America that you can walk into a gun store and walk out with a gun and a Coke. It's not America. Terry Daniel says, weren't Haiti and Turkey in a partnership to revitalize? Yep, that is still ongoing. That's still happening. We talked about it many times, Terry Daniel. That's still ongoing, still moving forward. But electricity takes a lot of time. Construction takes often as long as a decade to build a new factory and put the lines in. And so, you should expect, periods of as long as months before there's new news, because it takes a long time. electricity is a massive multi-year infrastructure project. You don't just wake up one day and you have 24/7 electricity. And so we've talked about it. There's been movement. There's been activity on Haiti Biz News throughout the week. Okay. Let's see what else folks are saying. Let's scroll up. Let's scroll up. Okay. All right. I think that's how I lost my place there. Let's see. I think I found it. Okay, here. Haitians need to quit being patriotic. Only on Flag Day, Carnival on January 1st. Every day. I certainly agree. And my constitution of being patriotic genuinely for Haiti is actually visiting Haiti, spending your tourism dollars. You have to open up a business here necessarily, but certainly considering supporting the tourism sector in Haiti, because Haiti is as fun as any other country. I can tell you, as fun as going to Jamaica or any other place. The Cameroon Resort, Wahoo Bay Beach, have a fantastic time. And so it's really important to support your country in that way, independent even doing business here. Right? Let's see what else we got going on here. Marie Eleva Joseph, give me some love. Appreciate you out there. What we got going on? What else we got to talk about? Seejeanty, I remember you saying you can get a grant from the government with proof of employment. What? I never said that. I may have said, one of the conditions of getting a loan from a bank in Haiti is you have to be employed by a Haitian entity, right? For over 2 years, you got to show that you're getting a steady paycheck. That's what you need. But the Haitian government isn't going to give you no money. The Haitian government barely pays its own employees and its police. All to give you. I mean, there's this program called the ONA. There's an ONA diaspora loan that I'm familiar with. That ONA has for the diaspora to do different projects. But whether or not it's still active, I don't know. Right? It's supposed to be a low interest loan for the Haitian diaspora to participate in Haiti. But again, when it comes to the bureaucracy in Haiti, I don't have much. Listen, I'm not going to waste my time going to ONA to try to apply. I mean, it's, to me, that's those sort of things are simply paper promotions to advance a paper agenda. Right? How easy it actually is. Listen, if it was legit easy, you could apply online, and I would share the link with you. But if you have to physically go to a Haitian bureaucratic institution to do anything, just know you're not looking to have a very good streamlined time on purpose. You hear me? We'll leave it at that. But yeah, Manisha, you heard. Yeah, I don't know what you heard, but I don't think I said that. Okay. Itzer Emmanuel, similar background with degrees of economics. Edzer, I'm familiar with Edzer. He's doing some interesting things out there in Haiti. And, so hats off for him and I do hope he continues to enlighten people. His book on Haiti Chooses to Be Poor, and it was just a list of policies that the Haitian government, macroeconomic things that are being done, even by individual players that are contributing to Haiti's situation. I agree with. I purchased his book. I have his book in my home office, home library, and I definitely agree with a lot of the points in the book. So hats off to Edzer and some of the things he has going on. Right. Dessalines was one of the first Pan-Africanists. I agree. Relax. I agree. But all I'm saying is, in terms of the new breed, like how we know Pan-Africanism today with the colors and Marcus Garvey, I'm saying of that iteration of that generation, he predates Marcus Garvey, and Marcus Garvey actually builds directly off the work of Antonin Furman. That's all I'm saying. That's all. Jepido1 says, hey, what's the best way to do marketing in Haiti? TV, internet, people talking about it. Best way to do marketing, produce a good product, and so using social media marketing is very good. I think because a lot of Haitians do use social media to get their products and purchase their products, particularly in Haiti, and especially outside of Haiti, where internet's cheaper and more ubiquitous. And so, no, I think, I wouldn't. TV is very expensive. Radio is very expensive. Social media. Not only do you get a good bang for your buck, but you also know where your money's going, right? I used to the return on your you get immediate metrics to tell you how you're performing, right? JB says with predictable outcome, political unrest over the departure date of the president, that will affect the good, certainly, and if things get pretty bad, it will affect the good drastically. And I think if Biden becomes president, I suspect that's going to get pretty unstable in Haiti because Trump has made very clear he's with Jovenel, and he doesn't really care what Jovenel is doing, human rights, and stacking the board, doing things unconstitutional. Jovenel's Trump administration has made it clear they don't really care. They just need elections to be done, and they're actually even stated they have problems with our Constitution and the fact that all the power is in Parliament, and it hamstrings progress, given that Parliament doesn't do its job, right? And so therefore, some of the changes that Jovenel wants to do in terms of allowing decrees to go even when there's Parliament, and then Parliament would have to vote down a decree within 2 months. And so given that the Trump administration has been very clear with the support of Jovenel, if Biden were to come back or were to come to win, a lot of the opposition powers, and there are many, almost every sector in the government, segment, peoples in Haiti have some particular gripe against Jovenel, even though Jovenel has been doing some really interesting things to try to win folks over recently. Still, those tensions are still very strong, and believe me, if Biden wins, again, I'm actually, believe it or not, I'm for Biden. I want to make very clear before people start thinking I'm for Trump. I'm for Biden, but just understand, if Biden actually wins, it's going to be really bad in Haiti. It's going to be really, really, really bad in Haiti. The political instability is going to increase 3 times here because with the changing of the guards, the entire opposition infrastructure in Haiti, and the opposition infrastructure is very, very deep here. Again, you remember Paylock happened over a year, almost 6 months of just complete shutdown of the country. And that infrastructure is going to be right back to trying again, right? And so I am certainly not looking forward. I'm not looking forward to that. That is for sure. I'm not looking forward to that. I'm really dreading it, in fact. So it's mixed feelings, man. I'm literally flying to America so I can vote. I can vote for Biden, but it's mixed emotions because I know if Biden wins, it's going to be tremendous chaos in Haiti because so much of the Haitian diaspora also do not like Jovenel. So much of the Haitian diaspora who's connected to Democrats and have the ear to policymakers in the Biden administration. They all want Jovenel gone, regardless of the effects of stability, right? And so literally, Biden wins, Paylock starts. I doubt Jovenel, is able to weather it this time. I'm pretty sure the American government is going to, say, "Nah, Jovenel need to go this time," and Jovenel will resign. There's a massive void, and there's even more political chaos happening in Haiti, right? So if all that happens, then yes, the good will decrease tremendously, right? Especially with Jovenel not around to direct the central bank to say, "Hey, central bank, lower it." The central bank will ease off and stop lowering the good, right? So yeah, so that's just what's going to happen. It's not even me. That's literally, guys, is what's going to happen. So FYI, now you know, right? This Z says, I believe Jovenel restarted the army. You're late. Jovenel has restarted the army 2 years ago. And we've rebooted our army going on 2 years now, and they're actually growing. They had a recent class I graduated, and they're, I think, almost double what they were when they first started, which isn't much. It's a few hundred soldiers, right, in Haiti right now, right? R&R says, with the advances of Jovenel has made electricity, how can Haiti assure that they don't lose the progress when Jovenel's term is over? They won't. In fact, it's almost guaranteed, especially if there's a complete adversarial party that arises from this, they most likely will do an about face on electricity issue, which is a disaster for Haiti. I'm certainly for at least Jovenel do one more year so there can be more traction for electricity. And so at least even if there is an opposition that comes in after him, Haiti will be too invested to stop. Right? I think right now, as of today, nowhere is invested. Because right now, literally, we just passed a few contracts. The GE contract, the megawatt natural gas, just got passed. Right? Meaning that if a new administration were to come up like next week, they could just cancel the contract or not honor the contract. Right? Versus if it was a year from now, there's going to be hard boots on the ground. GE will actually have started their investment, and it'll be a lot harder to stop that once the ball is rolling downhill, right? What else we got here? In the comments? What about Bahamian banks? What about them, Juma? I don't understand what your question is. Reiterate. Let's see. Teddy Claremont says, Chris, what do you think if the diaspora published a list of parliamentarians best from worst? Go ahead. That doesn't change anything. I think it's going to be a lot worse than good. That's number one. And the diaspora is in a position to really put pressure on the parliament, given the way the Constitution is strongly structured and how limited we are able to vote and participate in the election, in the political process. Even though we are allowed to have dual citizenship, it's very difficult to get your voter card. You have to physically be here to get your voter card. And then most of all, you have to fly into Haiti to vote. Versus when you look at Dominican Republic, they actually set up infrastructure where if you're Dominican, you can vote in New York in your elections and local elections and national elections when it comes time for president. You can vote in New York. You can vote in Puerto Rico. As a Dominican in Puerto Rico, you can vote for Dominican Republic affairs. So until Haiti gets to that point, I don't. This is helpful, sure, but I don't see it really changing anything. Teddy, right? Peter J says national security is very important, but providing jobs for the people should be the main focus. It shouldn't look good for him to be spending too much money on the military, not letting people live their lives. I see what you're saying, but it needs to be both. I'm sorry, it needs to be both. The government needs to be working on structurally improving the situation, the ecosystem, to allow businesses to do that. Right? And your words are kind of like, oh, the government needs to be doing that. No. The government needs to be providing the laws, the court, rule of law, police, so people can start businesses and do that, right? And simultaneously, the government needs to be providing a military to protect its border, right? There's no such thing as a state without a military, right? Even right now, the fact that Dominicans are securing the border and not Haitians, it's a problem. Even right now, we have no Coast Guard, right? And so there's a lot of excess fishing from different countries coming in and fishing in our waters, right? I mean, it's a problem. You cannot be a state and you don't have a military. So it has to be both, guys. It can't be one or the other. I don't like when I hear that. Oh, well, they shouldn't be in the military. Dude, what are you talking about? The purpose of a state is to have a military to defend the people in the state. It has to be both. It is not an or statement. It's an and statement, right? You need to have a military, period, point blank, in a discussion. There isn't a discussion that be had. You need a military. It's crazy to me. You need a military, guys. It's insane. It's absolutely insane. To even entertain the idea, the first Black Republic, not having a military. To me, it's the most, the military certainly was too powerful for too long. So I certainly was okay for disbanding to restructure, right? But it needs to be back. That isn't negotiable, and I don't think it really should be negotiable for any Haitian to say, right? That's okay for us not to have a military. Right? James Pierre Lewis says, exactly. I like that. James backed me up. Says you can't have a job without national security. I totally agree with you. Locks 25 says, how can we have more flights if the insecurity of the issue resolved? I spoke to my father yesterday, and he was saying that the kidnapping shenanigans have started again. First off, as I say so many times on the channel, when you go to Chicago, you're not going to Englewood. When you go to Miami, you're not going to Liberty City, right? And so the insecurity of which you're referring are happening in pockets of the country that you as a tourist aren't going to go. Unless Locks 25, você mun City Soleil, unless você mun Salin, você mun Bay Central, você mun Matissan, right? Unless that's who you are and that's where your father is and he goes, okay, maybe it's true for you. And maybe you should indeed stay out the country. But for 99% of everyone else, when they come to the country, they're enjoying Kinam, they're enjoying Caibe Hotel, they're enjoying Decameroon, they're enjoying Wahoo Bay Beach, they're having legit fun times in places for them. They're fine. Jamaica is tremendously violent, my friend. You know how violent Jamaica is? Jamaica is one of the most violent places in the Caribbean. Deaths per capita, right? Rapes, murders, and this and that. Tremendously violent. What's going on? Okay, we're back. I saw a little black stream a second ago. It was streaming, right? And so the reality is that yes, certain pockets of the country are seeing higher rates of shenanigans, right? But it has nothing to do. You have no business going to those areas where those things are happening, right? No business. I'm sorry. So no Locks 25. I don't agree with your statement. Haiti isn't any more insecure for a tourist than any other country, in the Caribbean, and that's the fact. And the United Nations themselves has statistics out that backs that Haiti is the safest place in the Caribbean for tourists, right? So I don't know. It's frustrating. There's always another Haitian who's saying, like, I go back to my rant about how it's Haitians who talk bad and poorly about Haiti. When, like, literally sit back, read the facts, and Haiti is the safest place. But yet Haitians to go out their way to spread nonsense to other people about how bad our country is, when other people say it's not that bad. It's crazy. It's the most asinine thing in the world. But yet the Dominican, you can't say anything about the Dominican Republic. Dominicans will rush you. They'll bum rush you. Right? Talk about you, your mother, everything else, right? How dare you say anything about the Dominican Republic? Wash your mouth, But but Haitians are the first people, right, to misandry themselves. It's the craziest thing. I don't understand. MJ Blaze goes, Haiti needs mandatory armed service for all citizens. That'll help patriotism and overall education discipline. Well, worth a try. I don't disagree. I don't agree. I like to see what the statistics say. I like to see what the numbers say. If you were to try that, right? I have no opinion for or against that comment. Where do you buy materials to stay off grid in Haiti? Any store, any hardware store, sells everything you need. Haiti does have hardware stores, believe it or not, right? Let's see. Sam St. Louis says, hey, Seejeanty, I sent you an email a few weeks ago about aviation. Not sure received it. Can you confirm your email address? So, Sam, I did get your email. I did read it. Unfortunately, I didn't respond because I can't help you. Right? I cannot. I'm not in a position to help you, brother. I don't know anything about aviation. Quite frankly, I wish you the best of luck in your mission, because you're going into a business line that requires heavily the AOK of government regulators. And so my heart goes out to you, Sam, because I do not like the Haitian government. The Haitian government is the enemy to any entrepreneur looking to do real change. The Haitian government will stop and slow down any activity that you're going to try to do. The Haitian government will torpedo if you have any big institutional investors who are behind you. They will torpedo it simply because of the fact that you have countless government officials asking for corruptive bribes, which obviously, for many different reasons, real institutions internationally will not accept to partake in and participate in. And you're going to aviation where you need authorization from countless ministries and departments to be able to do. And so I'm writing a book, 101 Ways to Do Business in Haiti. Aviation is not in there. Any business that requires heavy approvals, like another one that's not there is banks. I've had people reach out to me and say, "Hey, Seejeanty, I'm starting a bank in Haiti. Good luck with that." I sincerely, I do hope you're successful. I think Haiti would benefit from a Haitian bank. I think Haiti will benefit from an aviation company. Good luck with that. Godspeed. And I certainly hope that one day you can reach out to me and say, "Hey, Seejeanty, we're registered and we have flights to Jeremy and to Port-au-Paix and a lot of places that Sunrise isn't giving isn't flying. We're flying, and we're also flying to Miami. And I hope you remember me, and I hope you give me access. I'd love to highlight you on Seejeanty when it happens. But unfortunately, I cannot help you. And if you want my real advice, I'd say, brother, don't go that way, because you're going to endure a lot of pain. You're going to endure a lot of negativity, and you're going to lose you may potentially lose a lot of faith in Haiti if you come in at it from a perspective of naivety. If you come in at a perspective of thinking that, hey, the government's your friend, they're here to help you. No, the government is your absolute enemy. The government doesn't want you in the country. That's why we still need to be here. We still need to push, right? Because we need Haiti to improve for Haitians, and the government being the obstacle, we have to fight for it. But again, fundamentally, I don't know how to help you. So, Sam St. Louis, Godspeed to you. I did read it, but unfortunately, I could not structure an email politely. There was no way for me to structure that email in a polite way. Sometimes the best way to say no to someone is to say nothing at all. And that was me being polite to you, Sam. And unfortunately, I just had nothing to support what you were saying. My mom said it. If you have nothing positive or constructive to add to a conversation, don't add nothing at all. Right? I just had nothing constructive to add. But I hope my exposition just now helps you a little bit. At very least, I encourage you to keep fighting. I encourage you to open up your aviation company. I encourage you to push through the very difficult task that's going to lay ahead of you. Godspeed, Sam. Godspeed to you, brother. All right, cool. Maestro Legros says, what's the corporate tax rate in Haiti? 30%. Corporate tax rate is 30% in Haiti. What's the income tax gains, property tax rates? The income tax rate is pretty steep. It's about 20% income tax rate in Haiti. It is structured based on the more income you make, the more you have to pay out. Property tax rate is relatively low. I believe it's somewhere around 2% or so. The property tax is structured funny in Haiti. It's actually structured related to the rental value of your property. So if you were to rent it out, they base it off a percentage of rental income, not necessarily property value necessarily. Now, the property value does come into play if it's an empty lot, if it's not constructed, but it's relatively low. And even though it's low, nobody pays it, which is crazy. Delma has one of the highest property tax payments rate, and it's around, 10%, 10 to 20% is what Delma pays in terms of the people. And most places it's in the single low digits. All right. But there you go. Now you know. Right. We're gonna have to talk about that in the book, by the way. I do talk about that. James Pierre Lewis says people scared to go in the country, build in the country without tourism. It's impossible. I agree. Certainly. Let's see. Logs 25th says Logs 25th. I'm not going to repeat what Logs 25th said. I think Logs 25th would certainly benefit from not spending so much time typing about how bad Haiti is, but potentially seeing what he can do where he's at. Right? I don't know what Logs 25 is, if he's in Miami or if he's in New York, but certainly there's an argument to be made where if if you feel so negatively about Haiti, cool, stay the hell out of Haiti. Take it straight up. Haiti's not for you, right? But then I would ask this Locks 25 guy, what are you doing in your local community to improve Haitians where you are, right? Because a lot of times folks reach out to me about Haiti. I'm very frank. Haiti may not, doing business in Haiti may not be for you. It's not for a lot of people. But why not focus on, where you are, your backyard, right? And if you as a Haitian can't be successful where you are, right, then honestly, why are you criticizing about those doing business here in Haiti? Because first and foremost, I'm in Haiti, been doing business 3+ years. Even right now, though I am complaining about how difficult it is to do business right now, given the exchange rate and how my income, how my expenses have gone up, I made profit last month, and I'm fighting aggressively to make profit this month. And that's why I'm going to have to do a restructure, right? And then hopefully my staff will be okay with it. There won't be too many that quit, right? But there's ways to manage your business to still be profitable, right? For every problem, there's a solution to it, period, right? Though I am quick to complain about how difficult the government makes business, it's still overcomable, right? When you fly into Haiti, Haiti is not devoid of business. Haiti's not devoid of business. Right? You fly in, you're gonna eat at a restaurant. You fly in, you're gonna stay at a hotel. You're gonna fly in, you short on stuff. You can go into a hardware store. You fly in, you need a car. You're gonna go to a rental car, right? You live here. You're gonna find places to rent apartments. You're gonna find places to buy furniture, right? There's every single type of business that you could possibly want exists here. So then ask yourself a question: if the businesses exist here, then obviously businesses can exist here, right? And there's things that they're doing to exist, right? So ask yourself, what are they doing? And emulate that, right? But the inability of Haiti for its government to do what's right doesn't mean, put like this, I will never call Haiti a failed state, right? Simply fact. I don't know if Locks 25 came in today and saw the news, but today the Joe Biden administration raised import tax on certain products. That's great news. Joe Biden administration also lowered gas prices, which are going to affect positively a lot of the people in Haiti, right? Which is important, right? And so these are things that no one talks about. Right? Locks 25 is probably talking to his dad, and all he ever hears is all the bad things his dad says. He's fully justified in calling Haiti a failed state. If that's all you ever hear is the constant negative things. When you come here to Seejeanty and you watch Haiti Biz News, and you do see there are things being done that are moving the country in the right direction, you should understand that Haiti is more complex than, oh, it's a failed state. No, it's a state that has problem factors, right? But it's on us to impact, move forward, and provide the solution that we need ourselves, right? And that's as much energy I'm gonna give Locks 25. And I'm very close to blocking Locks 25. I'll be honest, just because I don't have the time to constantly feed into that energy. Because I swear to God, as I just mentioned to you, Locks 25 is one of these people who exists to parrot the worst aspects of what Haiti loves to parrot, right? And voila, we have one of these people here. Music lover, get rid of Parliament. Yeah, I'm not a fan of Parliament. Music lover 2 says that's one thing I like about Trump. He doesn't mingle in Haiti affairs. So if the Haitian government want to do something positive, they can. Historically, Democrats are very, very much minglers. Just take a look at how mingly Hillary Clinton got into the election that got Martinelli in the power, right? Let's do a quick Google search on that history. I won't go into it necessarily. So the Black Empowerment says, let me skip. Mike Collins says, hey, are we sure Biden election would cause chaos in Haiti? What has he said to support or against Haiti at all? All he has to do is, again, Mike, you have to understand something. The opposition, they're looking for reasons to try again. It doesn't, Mike, Joe Biden doesn't need to say anything. The opposition will try again just to see what Biden will do in terms of action. That's the reality. That's the reality, man. It has very little to do with Biden himself. It has everything to do with the opposition here in Haiti and the fact that they don't want Jovenel in power, right? And so they're going to try again. They will not try again if Trump stays, because Trump has made it clear. Jovenel is here because the U.S. administration under Trump, the foreign policy under Trump, doesn't necessarily care about Haiti. Like, yeah, we don't care about Haiti. Just keep doing what you're doing, man. We're not really here to mingle into your affairs. And that they made that's crystal clear to every segment of Haiti that the U.S. government is not going to intervene to hoist Trump out. Biden comes in, there is a question mark. You have to understand that. There is a question mark on what Biden's going to do. So guess what? The opposition is going to try again, right? And maybe the word chaos is strong. It's too strong of a term. But what's going to happen is they are going to try to influence and see what the U.S. government is going to do, right? And it's going to be a pay lock, and it's going to be difficult again for a lot of people, especially in this election coming up, right? So that's all I'm saying. Understand it. The nuance of explanation is very important. You have to very closely listen to how I'm saying it. All right. Black Empowerment follows up, says, good afternoon, Seejeanty. How much is it to run a billboard in Haiti? Pretty expensive, man. It's like $300, $400 for like a few weeks. Pretty expensive, right? Music Lover says, yeah, Music Lover. Again, says, using the word chaos. I'm not sure. Not sure if I use the word chaos, but maybe I'll walk back from the word chaos, but it certainly won't be easy. The parliament prohibits the president from doing anything in Haiti. The prime minister is technically the executive power, correct? The president is just a figurehead. Absolutely. G30 understands our constitution and parliament's in power anyways. It takes at least 100 years to build a functioning parliamentarians for the civilization of Haitian government systems. It takes as long. So ban the parliament today won't change anything. All right. Thanks, Aido. Thanks for the commentary. Appreciate it. Blue Mountain says, I don't think Biden can do any more worse. Trump, Haiti has already a mess already, and have the police creating gangs and claiming they will be Haiti's savior. At least Haitian TPS might be restored. I don't. That's very clear to say. I'm not saying Biden is going to do anything for Haiti. I'm not saying that. All I'm saying is the opposition in Haiti will view it as an opportunity to try again. That's all I'm saying. Right? That's all. Let's be very clear. Let's see. Haitian politicians need to get their act together. I agree. Let's see. Locks 25 says issue. I completely agree with your analysis. The effect of Haitian elections will affect the situation on the ground. I agree with you there, Locks. Blue Mountain says Haiti should be actually no different from international partnerships anyway. The relationship with the U.S. and the West is not working. Yeah, I guess, but in the game of geopolitics, unfortunately, Haiti has a permanent secondary role, just given what it has to offer, given its racial composition, a lot of things that just unfortunately since day one, since our independence, 1804, the sad fact is Haiti has been in a subservient geopolitical situation, and things have not changed, right? So it is wishful thinking to think things. I mean, it certainly is. I really do wish things were different. So yes, that is by definition wishful thinking. We really do wish things were different, but the reality is it's something else, right? There's a favorite line from The Wire that I like when was it Mario? Was it Mario? Is his name Mario? That gangster, the young gangster who replaced the other gangsters at the end of the series, and he comes up and he goes to the security guard who's saying, man, listen, I saw you put in your pocket, just do the right thing. And he goes, listen, you want things to be one way, but it's the other, right? Meaning, very menacingly, and unfortunately for the poor guy, he ended up getting whacked by the just for that altercation, just to kind of prove to him, which he paid, which the world functions in a very different way from the way you would like it to function, right? And that's a very important thing about the geopolitical situation of Haiti, is that, yes, we like it to function one way, where it doesn't matter who the president is in America, but the reality is it does matter who the president is in America as it relates to Haiti. I'm sorry. We want it to be one way, but it's actually the other. Okay. Okay. Let's see what else we got going on here. Some comments about military size. Oh, okay. Junebug clarifying, saying that Haitian banks are the most profitable, but Bahamian banks are probably the most profitable since world leaders make oligarchs bank in the Bahamas. I was just saying about the margins in terms of revenue size. I'm sure Bahamas beats us in every other regard. It's just that in terms of the amount of revenue versus the expenses, that our banks do. It's kind of known that Haitian banks are the most profitable from that perspective. But certainly, I'm sure Bahamian banks would have much more volume in terms of business. Thanks for that. I appreciate it. I've been hearing DR has been drafting plans to invade Haiti. That's not going to happen. Believe me. Trust me. There is no way, in no universe, DR is stepping foot. I mean, listen, there was a news story that happened just last week where there was a thought that Dominicans were coming into Haiti because there was this issue with the a border dispute and the agreement being signed, and then they were supposed to raise the flag up, on where the new border was, and the Dominicans were raised it to where the new border was, and what happened was, because Haiti being Haiti, nothing happened, but then because they were exchanging presidential administrations, they did what their portion of the agreement was, and they rose their flag. Because they rose their flag on where a lot of the locals knew, they always knew Haiti was, in their understanding. The locals rose up, tore down the flag, ripped it, and literally there was a mini fight with the locals with just rocks and sticks, machetes, old school 1804 stuff, going, and the Dominican army pulled back. And on top of that, the police joined in. Like they got the police involved. The police were fighting. I mean, there was a legit international incident on our border with just a hint that the Dominicans were coming. Believe me, I ain't worried about Dominicans ever thinking about coming here. Trust me, the Dominicans don't want this heat. Believe me. Don't you ever worry about that. The Dominicans, they wouldn't dare. They wouldn't dare, right? Let's see what else we got here. Let's see what else we got going on here. Scroll up a little bit more. Okay, all right. Let's see. Scroll a little more. Okay. Scroll up down. Scroll down. Let's see. Let's see what other questions we got here. A lot of comments here. Some questions. Okay, Peter J. clearing up something there, saying that he agreed that everyone Jovenel would drop out the military. What I'm saying is he shouldn't spend too much money with. Yeah, okay. All right, I don't know. I think as much money needs to be spent that's necessary. Simultaneously, he needs to also be spending money on other stuff. Right? Believe me, Haiti doesn't have a money problem. It's the biggest misconception. Haiti has more than enough money to pay its doctors, schools, build schools, function. Believe it or not, Haiti has more than enough money, it doesn't do it. It just doesn't do it, right? So let's see what else we got here. That's military comments, right? I feel you. A lot of military comments. A lot of folks agreeing with me there. Good afternoon, Cassandra. A little late. This attitude to entrepreneurs by the Haitian government is disappointing. I see a lot of entrepreneurs in business that the government should heavily invest in. They manufacture buses, for God's sakes. I agree with you, Mike Carlson. I believe with you. What else we got here in terms of questions? I think J-Bo says Haitians do not know the meaning of self-love, self-promotion. They are the first ones to repeat the things that their grandparents passed down to them and their parents passed down to them. That is not true. None of it's truly based off today's reality. I agree with you 100%. Desaline means I am happy in Ethiopian language. Prime Minister Ethiopia's name was Desalegn. Interesting. See, I learned something. That's why I love my commenters. That's cool. Desalegn means I'm happy in Ethiopia. That's cool, man. Thank you. Thank you for that. It's pretty cool. What else we got here? Yeah. We're on the same page there, Peter. We're on the same page on that for sure. CJ, how do we incentivize businesses in the provinces? Folks just need to understand there's opportunity in the provinces. Honestly, that's why my book actually talks about that. I have just about every business idea has, top department guidelines and policy guidance, and that section really is to talk about for this business idea that we're presenting, where could it work? Is it best in the metro area or is it best in the provinces? And so it's really for businesses, to people, entrepreneurs, to think about doing business in the provinces. Because when people think about Haitian businesses, they always think about Port-au-Prince. When it's really us entrepreneurs, we have to think about other places ourselves, right? So that's really the big thing. Folks don't think about doing business in the provinces, right? Okay. Is it true that the government's making a lot of progress with electricity? Well, there's been progress. I don't know what you mean by a lot of progress. I think there still hasn't been a power plant built. That takes a long time. I think we're kind of back to where we were before the takeover, because as soon as they took over, plants, a lot of turbines started breaking, a lot of electricity started breaking, a lot of things started malfunctioning and stuff. Oh, we're back. Sorry about that. We're back. Yeah, I think I pressed a button there. And so I think we're back to where we were, to answer your question about electricity. We're back to where we were. I don't think we're necessarily moved forward, because a lot of the investment, a lot of the infrastructure things that he's trying to do still hasn't been done. Probably the biggest thing, the only thing that really has been done since he announced it, has been Taiwan has done a very important large rehab of our electrical wires, right? Especially the ones that are coming into Port-au-Prince. That's probably the biggest infrastructure that's been done, but none of that really has helped with the overall output of electricity. It has helped with the output that we did receive. We're able to capture more of it, but that's really the only infrastructure that's been done thus far. Everything else has been announcements, and things are starting to be worked, right? Let's see what else we got going on here. Nate says, you're giving this clown too much, who came to make negative comments, too much airtime. He and anyone with their mindset are poison to the growth of the country. Or highlight that. I agree with you. I hear you. I just like to make very clear cases for everyone else to understand. It's more nuanced than what folks try to make it be, right? So I appreciate that. Let's see what else we got here. What else we got going on here? Let's see. A lot of comments here. I appreciate the comments because times are rapid. I'm starting to grab the more impactful questions. Mega says, have you been to Palace Municipal Town Hall of Delma, which duties a decent job for Delma? I've never been. I drive past all the time. It's very, very beautiful. I've never been inside though. But I do hats off to Wilson Juicy, one of the few people I publicly give public accolades to. I actually even met him. He seems to be a very nice guy. I met him on the plane once. Seems to be a pretty down-to-earth guy. And is, again, how can you not like someone who proves in the pudding? Like, that's all. Like, what are your actions? His actions are very clear. You drive around Delma. Delma is clean for the most part. Delma is clean, cleaner than a lot of other cities. You see the development. For example, the episode I did, the firefighter station. That's Delma. I was married to Wilson Juicy, who built out of his money. And the fact that, he structured it to make it real easy to pay property tax, out there, and people actually want to pay. A lot of people want to pay property tax because they see where their money's going, right? A lot of people don't pay property tax. They're like, okay, what's the point of paying property tax? I don't see where my money's going. Right? People see where their money's going in Delma, right? And so, hats off to Wilson Juicy. I certainly wish we had more folks like Wilson Juicy. I wish him a long and fruitful career in politics. We certainly need a whole generation of Wilson Judies to give Haiti a chance. So that's where we're going to end it. I want to appreciate you guys. We made it through the very end. I want to appreciate everyone who stuck around an extra hour just so I can read the comments. It could have been an hour and a half, actually. I think I've been here an hour and a half beyond when the news actually ended. So I'm very happy to always spend that time to chat with you guys, to have that conversation, opportunity for conversation. It's always an absolute pleasure, right? Remember, guys, as we talked about at the very top of the hour, do go to Mikael's page. Go to her page. And go. I'm gonna drop the link again. Do it at. Go to the comments and at Seejeanty. All right. I'm gonna drop the video. I'm gonna drop the link again. Right. Let me drop it. Let me drop it one more time. And please, I got about 80 people on the live right now. I need 80 people to go to Instagram, right? And then go to this video. I just posted in the chat, and then you want to type it at Seejeanty, right? In the comments, right? In the comments at Seejeanty, right? Because what she's trying to do is she's trying to find folks who are producing content about Haiti, Haitian people, Haitian artists, Haitian people like myself. And also, I'm a no-brainer, guys. Listen, we're doing, she's probably gonna produce for American market most likely, right? I'm speaking English and already, my thought is always about the international market. I'm a no-brainer for it. So listen, guys, let's help her out. At me in the comments, guys. It will be tremendous to up what we're doing here to the next level and bring in more people, who could help Haiti change and improve. And so guys, please go to that video I just linked and at. Okay, we're back. Sorry about that, guys. I have some issues there. Remember, YouTube Seejeanty. YouTube Seejeanty. Make sure to check out the most recent video on the laundry services out there. So do check that out. Really important, real cool stuff happening there. And hats off to whoever's going to help me timestamp the news. Thanks in advance. And I will give you the proper shout out per usual. And as always, we're back. We'll be here next Sunday, 11 a.m. Next Sunday, 11 a.m. with the news. All right, guys, I appreciate you. Until we're back at it again, guys, we'll be back at it again. Peace.